Here, oh, bottom 3, bottom 1, this character's terrible, and then all of a sudden you get washed because I don't actually know how to deal with Anji.
I mean, Icebound's one of them that you need to be careful of. He knows his character back and forth, and he can pretty much smell blood in the water if he knows you don't know the matchup.
I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
Just starts immediately cautious back. Icebound finally makes the end though under the gun strike.
Really pushing their way in, keeping up the pressure with Fujin, and staying inside, opting for safe pressure right now. Good defense so far from Icebound.
There you go. Take your flows where you can get them and now set you up, but a DP will just obliterate your pressure.
Absolutely. And it's really... It'll be really interesting to see how the shimmy game plays out with Butterfly in play. I feel like that is what makes or breaks Anji players.
Well, we've only had one opportunity to set it up, and now right back into the corner, jumps our way out, and Icebound showing that the fundamentals could seal the deal, and a backdash on the pressure will do it. Round 1 going to Icebound.
Yes, that conversion could have easily led to an instant death for DamOkay, but Icebound still clutching it out.
Conversion into the corner now. Oh, wild throw to throw him out? A little greedy on the damage there.
Wild throw definitely a fantastic tool versus Anji, wanting to counter you and definitely wanting to block it out in a lot of circumstances.
Ooh. Tried to mix up your opponent, unfortunately just got caught. Icebound not doing too well on the defense, and the rushdown is proving to be their fault.
Fafnir really forcing the issue on Icebound right now, but works his way out, and we're seeing decent trades on both sides. Nice 2-key match to get out of the situation, and the Fusion follow-up going to connect in the RRC.
Finally cooling things down. There's the butterfly that you mentioned. One more setup. The YRC popping that butterfly, and now allowing MCK to get something going. But unfortunately, gets interrupted and baited on the DP. Oh man, Icebound definitely shows that he has these fundamentals down. He has a good ability to kind of sense what the opponent wants to do, and even after taking the lump that was that second round, kind of keep things cool for the third round. I definitely I hope that character gets something, man, because a lot of characters in this game, they feel like it's gotten to that point where it feels like either you need the best damn control in the world like Happy Chaos, or you need to be able to kill people in 2 good reads.
Yes, just looking into this, right, we've got, already good neutral coming out of Icebound specifically.
Ooh, the rush down. Dam is trying to make something happen, and again, that round 2 of last game, he had a real big opener and 2 hits, and that was pretty much it. The Icebound is just looking real cool in this neutral, real smooth. First round. It was the first burst of the set that we saw, but it'll be to no avail. Round going to Icebound. Oh, what a press. Icebound finding not only the defensive timing, but a real nice counter hit timing. Challenge. Oh, parries the DP.
Such a good usage of all the Anji tools right now.
Good challenge. Mash that 2P.
Gets under the Ko, but no punish. Icebound kind of getting away with it and does convert off of the jump.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff. I mean, we see MCOK trying to kind of run what I think many people have encountered, the ladder soul, if you would. But I think Icebound's just too accustomed to it. I think he just knows it a little too well.
And you're gonna run into souls aplenty no matter where you go, whether it's locals, whether it's the park, whether it's Celestial. But how often do you get to fight Anji, and how prepared are you?
Right now, I think the only preparation MCK has is that I play Soul and I do a lot of damage.
And sometimes that is plenty enough, but not right now with Icebound taking advantage into that overhead. A block burst is going to lead to further pressure.
Oh, he thought he could maybe have a punish there, but no. Oh.
These Fujins are putting in plenty of work. Really all Icebound needs to take advantage of, you know, DamOkay's pressure.
Lord, nice neutral jump and not ready with a DP to follow up. Icebound on set point.
Good 6 feet to the follow. And that DP going to get punished very much.
Oh no!
This is going to be a lot of damage, and we are going to go into Fan Super. I expect to see possibly a couple more hits in between.
That's for game. It's a block. This is all MCK needs.
Gotta keep going. What does he do about the incoming burst?
Oh, he baits it. No, he didn't. He thought he did, but it catches the backdash or whatever MCK actually pressed afterwards. Oh my lord.
Got 37 out of 50 codes left from what I can tell. So any sort of help with this, you know, benefits the players more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ever watching any online tournament and you're not supporting the Matcherino, my guy, you have to hear it every time. Either you have us on mute, or you just don't care.
It's like if you see the Matcherino, it should be Pavlovian. Just click the button. Just click the button.
Don't even go in chat just yet. Click the Matcherino link. Go there. But now we got the set going on right now. We're gonna be watching Koby and Mop. I love me some Millia. I'm so glad that I get to see people like Lord Knight still make this character work. But like, damn, good stuff. Starting off, nobody making a big strike at the beginning, but you know, there's just damage awaiting.
Mop, also a like known extern Millia, I believe from the Midwest specifically. So definitely has, you know, background on the character in multiple games. I also love me some Millia, so I'm very excited to see how this plays out.
Mop looking exquisite at the moment, getting knocked out of the sky by the 6P, but not deterred. Uses a really nice YRC to get out of that pressure and continue their own.
Uses the JP stall to get back in after the hair car pressure, but then Koby scrambling out, gets the Rekka follow-up and knocks Mop back, sitting at just a pixel essentially.
Can't believe Mop had to use burst, but it was a smart burst nonetheless. Gets the final drop, and that'll do it for round number 1.
Honestly, better to not give Ram a single chance if you can.
Oh, absolutely.
You never know how much damage she can just put on you in one single confirm.
Right now, we're sealing all the damage from Mop's side here. Koby just blocking and praying.
Opting to use the RSC. And Koby back in. Ram pressure aplenty. Plenty of 2Ks to follow as well. Fantastic 6P, gonna force him back in the corner.
Yeah, patch hasn't happened yet, chat. So it's not that Ram's less offensive than they used to be. It's just that Mop is putting on all the offense for 2 players right now.
Oh, and this is a big confirm. One more hit.
No!
Not gonna follow up into Mortabato.
Killed easily, and now you're in a dire situation. You have to rush down. Maybe 6P will close things out, but no, you get caught low. And a lash mix. Koby will blend.
That 2D just catching the very tip of that hitbox, making sure that Millia can follow up with disc and get the ensuing mix-up. Very good stuff from Mop closing out game 1.
Yeah, I see people in the chat already like thinking that the patch has happened, wondering if Ram has changed for the big thing. No, the patch has not happened yet. So Ram is still the demon that she is right now. I think the only tools we haven't really seen used are 6P to call out some of the aerial options that Millia definitely relies on. But Mop's also been good at keeping on the ground game and keeping Koby on their toes.
That is really where like good Millia play stems from, is how do you utilize the ground space to condition people into throwing out bar slashes, and then from there just like dominating the air and really taking advantage of what the character does best.
Yeah, absolutely never giving the opponent a time to think. And right now, Koby just has to pray because all he can do is hold this pressure.
Oh, fantastic double IID with the JKs, really keeping Koby locked down.
Barely escapes with that neutral jump approach, but Mop is still on their tail. There is no escape for the wicked, and at this time, Koby is paying for the sins of other Ram players.
I like the pressure reset there from Mop, but does get punished with the walk under from Koby. This is big damage. Opts to go to Mortabato, and then we're going to reset back to neutral with Ramoki.
Where is this going to even end? Mop just needs one hit, but really so does Koby. So much tension on their side, but you know what? The aerial game is too strong. Oh wow,
I like these jump slashes, really delaying how Millia falls.
Slash. Yeah, Koby has really not had a chance to really even show off their game plan. But now that they have the corner, maybe? No, Mop just escapes.
Oh, fantastic pickup, but opts to go for a reset. I like that option. Keep Ram guessing at all times.
How many overheads can you fit into one block string?
Never enough.
Ooh, okay, tries to get a little flashy with the PRC, baiting out something off of the whiff, but unfortunately it doesn't go to anything. But you know what? The scramble is still strong enough. Mop is going to have one chance, but YRC is going to take it away.
That was a really smart YRC from Koby right there to keep himself safe. But Mop still finding the conversion, still finding the launcher. Gonna close it out. Now up 2-0.
It's tough, man. You genuinely see in these pool sides of the stream where you get players who they know the strong combo. Like once Koby had him in the corner, you know, he had good damage on him. He went into the overdrive, did the right stuff. But it's really the next level which players such as Mop are sitting at, where they know how to use their tools against an opponent in particular. And right now, Koby is just suffering between the ground and the air. But that 6P might be the sign of change.
It's a fantastic button from Ram. Really going to handle a lot of Millia's options, and we're already going into a 2-combo situation into wall break.
Good blocking now from Mop. Good challenge with the 2P at the last moment. But even then, you're going to have to make this comeback almost entirely with resets, and unfortunately the 6P is going to come out again and give Koby their first round.
That's a scenario where Millia just has to avoid every single button from Ram's arsenal, and you realistically can't do that. You just have to play quote-unquote perfect and kind of get lucky.
I just play perfect. Not a big deal.
That's the motto of the character.
Right now, Mop is playing a lot better than in the last round. Gets the low on the mix-up there. Gonna send Koby through the wall. And will the skirt come out to play again? No 6P today. Instead, eat the car into the wall. And now we're on set point.
It's very scary when Millia just opts for a same-side mid, because you never expect it, but fantastic anti-air from Koby going to lead to quite a bit of damage, and we're back in a sword pressure. Mop recognizing that there was an opening and capitalizes on it immediately.
This top play right now is so strong. Another overhead leading to big damage. One last hit, half burst there. Koby right now is working on the duration. Tries to get something going, but is interrupted into top. And now Mop just has a pretty good lead.
Oh, there's that 6K and opts to go for the throw, looking for possibly a bit of hesitation from Koby. He does not. And we're going back into the beam super. This is going to crack the wall. Oh, yep, PRC to get these extra hits in just to make sure.
That is gross. When you're playing, that was like a Marvel combo where you have the big laser beam going on, you're still getting hit in the middle of said laser beam, and then the wall hurts you on the last bit. That was just gross.
It feels disrespectful. It's like, I'm dead, I'm already stuck here, please just let me go. No, I'm gonna hit you with 3 close slashes. Die.
To be fair, the most respectful thing I think an opponent can do is take the kill when they have it. And you know, Koby took it. He did not want Mop to get a chance to
maximize the damage. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, back to neutral. Shorter buttons right now. Koby not wanting to overextend, and I don't blame them at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're still getting interrupted in a few places that, like, they start their own close range pressure, and then Mop just interrupts to like 2P or something like that, and then starts their own momentum in the mid range at least.
Slight hesitation on both sides leads to a whiff throw from Mop. Koby capitalizing with the single counter hit, but not any further.
Oh no! Travesty strikes, but thankfully Mop gets out of the corner. But Koby looking like they a little more confident in a few ways, but unfortunately still getting opened up again at that close range pressure, which is where you think your opportunities would like blossom more. But unfortunately Mop is the only one planting flowers at this moment, putting himself back onto set point.
And that was a fantastic challenge from Mop right there, making sure to utilize 2P in the sword toss moment. Really just broke apart Koby's offense and then won the round off of it immediately.
Oh my god, you can't even blame the man for getting hit with the high-low. The double dash though, Mop going all in, hoping to cash out while the going gets good. Last guess for game potentially. No able to convert, but you know what? One last hit in the air will do it. Mop going 3-1 in the set.
And that was a very intentional jump backwards to reset the situation. Millia doesn't have a lot of buttons.
And this is not to say like people don't learn their matchups. It's just like I don't think enough people learn how to play against Osmosis in particular. Like he just plays the character so well, and you really need to be able to stop him in a momentum sense if you have hope to stand a chance.
And he's kind of still running away with it right now, but CMB getting their pressure started. Burst immediately, just doesn't want to deal with anything having to do with Eno, and just keep her back full screen and let Eddie do the work, it looks like.
Alright, drained all the Eddie, but who cares? We got Invite to Hell, keeping people at bay, and CMB right now stuck in the corner, holding this pressure. The YRC gets them out, and again, even with Eddie gone, you know what? Osmosis was doing okay, but now CMB trying to make the approach. Makes the approach on the fly-in.
We saw Osmosis put away Eddie for just a second, and CMB capitalizing immediately, getting that wall break. No super though, so we're back to neutral state.
Unfortunately, you ran right into a pose, and the frog will take it. Osmosis sealing the round. Definitely looking better for CMB, but he needs to find more of these openings and faster if he's hoping to stand a chance.
Exactly, and 5D being the last thing that Zato has, so effective still. Eddie being able to convert off of it completely and then just keep you in the corner is so deadly.
I feel like Osmosis is just playing every way that he wants to, because again, even if Eddie, even if he maybe goes a little too far, uses up Eddie entirely, his usage of Invite Hell has been so effective that CMB goes, oh, Eddie's gone, let me just dash in, and then Invite Hell just stops him in his tracks, and by the time he gets hit by that, Eddie's back, the sequence begins again.
And that's really it, is just learning how to juggle it, and learning when to call back Eddie. So you don't always have to spend Eddie entirely, and when you really force somebody into thinking like, oh, a third rep is coming, oh, he's going to burn his meter, you call back Eddie, and now you reset your pressure, and then the loop starts over so much faster, and Zato gets so much scarier.
Just dash up with the light beam. Ooh, I see codes are being redeemed. That's what I like to see. If y'all haven't been redeeming the codes just yet, what the hell's wrong with you?
Absolutely.
What are you not doing?
It's so easy. Just press the button. We all love pressing buttons in this chat. Don't lie to me.
Listen, if if CMB can suffer through all this pressure, you could easily donate by just clicking a button. Invite Hell doing its job again. Osmosis actually having used that burst because CMB was doing a lot better in terms of making the approach, but unfortunately this approach will get stopped by the oppose again.
Yeah, no, and just having not as much benefit in this matchup at times because oppose just holds on to it and then turns it back on Eno when she wants to approach. But this is good.
Now... Oh no, not oppose.
Drunkard Shade gonna reflect the note back at Eno. Such a powerful tool and great awareness from Osmosis to close out that round.
That was his round. That was his to take in one reflect, and it was all gone. Osmosis right now just looking to clean things up.
Oh, that overhead. The triple overhead, juggling it, you know, so deadly, so scary. Eddie back in once more. Command grab because opposed was out. You can't press, you gotta jump.
There's the burst. Last chance. Oh, there it goes.
Not quite yet. Osmosis is not able to convert in full. No Eddie at that time. Oh, what a throw versus the stroke, and then Invite Hell gonna close it out.
Alrighty there. Yeah, Osmosis just looking so strong right now.
Speaking of
Having
which,
Nago on stream. Always lovely to see. And Potemkin, a character I don't get to see as much anymore, to be quite honest.
and still such a threat. Back Mega Fist.
Yeah, he should.
Impact.
Everything could just go wrong here. Everything could just go terribly wrong right now. And lo and behold, Shifu right now spending all the meter he gained off of that gold burst to get a nice reset and a significant life lead. Armors through the Beyblade right now. Oh, the death Mega.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Back Mega Fist catching even Nagoriyuki's great buttons. You know this character is still a threat. You can't underestimate Potemkin. You have to be prepared.
I mean, it really depends on how much the Potemkin player really has to play the opponent against themselves, because you see Shifu right now like intentionally calling out certain maneuvers that Young is trying to pull. Unfortunately, Young has the read on the command grab and will get a nice damage off of that.
And Young sitting in a great position right now. Not too much blood, but enough to still go in and DP at the round start once more. You know, after wall break, Nagoriyuki is probably at his scariest. Nobody wants to play round start versus this character. Except maybe Potemkin, who doesn't care.
I love it, man. It is just hysterical to watch somebody all of a sudden get grabbed when they don't expect it.
That is a Potemkin special. You think your offense is perfect, it's airtight, and then all of a sudden Potemkin Buster has interrupted you. You try to play defense versus crazy unblockable situations between, you know, slide head and Garuda impact, and all of a sudden you're getting lifted up off the ground.
Had to burst there. Shifu now in a bit of a dire situation, but it's still Potemkin. Anything could happen. Young right now looking pretty high with that blood. You gonna go for that blood-sucking universe? Yeah, you are. Not just for the blood gauge, but for the win.
And Bite gonna close it out for Young LZ. Very even gameplay from both players. I typically thought that Nagoriyuki did, you know, too good versus Potemkin previously, but in later days I've come to find out that if you just make good decisions as Potemkin, you can really just negate a lot of Nagoriyuki's, you know, autopilot offense.
And that's what I mean, where like the Potemkin player can definitely play the opponent against themselves, because they genuinely only need a few good reads. Their damage output is so high.
That's a huge Mega Fist starter. We're working our way in with these Garuda impacts. A third one, why not?
You absolutely have to burst that. It blades in.
Oh,
Ooh.
2H.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, big, so deadly, and Young LZ standing on level 3.
Looking really big right now, but you know what? Shifu is not going to go down without a fight. They're going to be in this corner, but they're going to look to challenge. Unfortunately, Bloodsucking Universe gets them. The gold burst again. Is that just dead? Not quite. Has to RC for the last hit, but it's just so much scaling.
You're not going to be able to follow up with any sort of OTG setup, but that's going to be a trade, and I believe it's in Potemkin's favor. Yes. Shifu going up around.
Pray to the gods there.
Both players definitely swinging for their lives.
But it has to be specific reads. Again, like Shifu with that jump, Young with that backdash. They have to be looking for like very specific offensive patterns of their opponent. Oh no, no punish on the gold burst.
Gold burst increasingly difficult to punish depending on like where the opponent is on the screen when it happens, and you know, exactly what character you're playing. Potemkin sometimes has a pretty big opportunity to do it, but only if he's looking for it already.
He wasn't there. Out of the air, unfortunately, again, the space between them is proving a little too far out for Shifu to make a game plan like really effective. Young Liz is taking advantage of that.
Another one just to really keep young LZ on their toes. Got to make sure you're low blocking versus Potemkin.
Bloodsucking Universe again, opening him up. Move the PRC.
Great usage of the one hit of armor to get himself forward and put himself in a position to get that throw. Young LZ getting the RSC confirmed, but not following up. Does end up getting a bite to close it out.
It is always somewhat tragic to see a grappler get killed by a command grab.
Yeah, but also it feels very good to play a character with a command grab or just regular grab a grappler to death, because you've really just outdone them at their own game, and that's a breath of fresh air, to be honest.
Fair enough, fair enough. I feel some personal attachment to that statement there, but we'll let it rock, we'll let it go. Ooh, big counter.
Getting hit by Nagoriyuki DP, especially counter hit, just feels like a nightmare situation.
Yeah, Shifu had to wake himself up with that burst. And Young Liz actually bursts out of Shifu's pressure as well. So both players without any really big reversal defensive options. Thankfully, Young Liz was able to backdash out of that command throw range.
And Shifu utilizing Mega Fist very well in this matchup. I feel like everyone that they've gone ahead and tried to has connected in some way that's been beneficial.
With the slow approach.
I really like the way both players are like working the neutral right now. Young LZ not committing into anything too hard, sitting on, you know, level 3 blood, and Shifu just willing to play patient and look for this opportunity to close it out with Potemkin Buster.
Finally, the kill from the Pop Buster itself. Round start DP though will call out the second attempt at the command grab.
And that counter hit leads to an OTG setup at the wall, which is, even for Potemkin, probably way too much damage to not be scared of.
Well, you're there now. Are you going to continue being shared?
Okay. Nagoriyuki back to round start. Not too much blood, has opportunity to use these special moves to really maintain advantage. Fadeaway 2S, so good.
Set point. For who right now? It's for Young. Tries for the Bloodsucking Universe, gets called out.
A great job of making all of these games look so close. Really making Young LZ work for every one of these victories. If he's going to get them right here,
better start getting used to that. What a weird situation that Beyblade looked like. Actually, just had a slight hop to get over the and grab. Oh, yeah, the air throw finally.
Not able to get an OTG, goes for Ruda Impact instead. Young LZ not able to use a single special move without
this is
popping.
terrible. Chip is such a bad. Oh no! We didn't notice that he was about to pop.
And kept swinging even though the blood gauge kept rising, and because of that, you know, Shifu able to take one game at least, working their way, clawing their way through this set, not giving up at any given point. You know, all of these have gone to, I'm pretty sure, last round in the 3 games we've seen so far.
We'll see. I don't see any reason for Young Liz to really change their momentum. Maybe just be a little more cautious about the amount of blood that they have going. But that was such a tense situation, and I think Young was just a little too focused on getting the chip in the moment.
It is possible, but I have liked a lot of the way Young Liz has been just like applying pressure with their special moves, keeping Shifu on their toes. You know, maybe go for Bloodsucking Universe a little bit earlier, just to really force Shifu to make decisions.
He tries again. What?
So that singular button whiffing allows Potemkin to get the throw as Nagoriyuki lands behind him.
Great dash in.
What a jump button, really closing the gap right there. And now is your worst nightmare. Nagoriyuki able to go wild, all of the special moves in the world. Building up to level 3 blood and then getting command grab is just, I might as well take my hands off the controller. This character is going to kill me.
Yeah, at the same time, it's such an obvious, I don't want to say obvious, but it feels like an obvious read at that point where it's like, well, of course he's going to Bloodsucking Universe now because he kind of has to.
At any given moment, though, you know, you get hit by that close slash instead, and you're still just...
Oh, the wrist! Cashing in on it.
Oh, what a way to break out with that 2D right there, but doesn't bait the burst, and now is back in the corner once more. Shifu just playing patient, walking back, walking forward, shimmying their way through. Oh, what a backdash and a way to capitalize right here.
Oh, he opens them up. And final Potemkin Buster there, at least for this round.
That was disgusting. So he PRC canceled before the Garuda came out and was able to throw because he wasn't even in block stun. Shifu just using the mental game right there.
Young was definitely appreciating the range right now. Shifu take advantage of his appreciation though. Gets the knockdown, gets in. The Garuda catching him from afar.
Not too much of an issue for young Liz right now. Pushing themselves forward, still staying at that 2.
I mean, I was almost worried that Young Liz was playing a little too cautiously, but it really is just one hit from that long range that he can convert off of. Oh, the Mega Fist coming in though with against the Blade Blade. Oh my god, tries to get the low, but the backdash avoids it. And now that the Gold Burst is hit, Young Liz has so many resources to his disposal. Drops the last combo that he might have needed, but you know what? Gets a second one anyway.
A very scrambly situation for both players, but I do like Young Liz's. And Leo versus Mei is something I feel like we saw a lot towards the beginning of this game, but nowadays it feels pretty rare to see both these characters on screen at the same time. Yamada-san not quite going to close it out right there. Going back into it, and, you know, a perfect for Nam.
I looked away for a second to see how the Mandarina was doing, and like, man just died. What happened?
Absolutely exploded, and, you know, that is the power of Mei. Small character, big enough buttons, and way higher damage than you would ever expect.
Yeah, especially in the corner. Oh no, this burst is gonna get baited. Just the absolute worst time to do so. Yata coming up with nada.
And that was a great usage of the PRC from Nam. Not only setting up, you know, a situation that was better for them, but giving them the recognition to know that, like, burst could possibly be here and you can capitalize me. Wow. What recognition.
He tried, man. He tried so hard to parry.
Yeah, and in that scenario, like, you can assume that Mei's probably going to be looking to press a button to challenge you. She has very fast buttons as well. You got BRC slowdown on. You might as well throw out the one thing that you can do to defend yourself, and that's parry. So to go for command grab is pretty big brain, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Just grab forehead. Just grab. All right. Well, Yata right now definitely looking to recover from that last round. The start is not going to be the way that dashes in though after getting hit the Leo way.
That was really good defense from Nam, just recognizing like, hey, this situation isn't too scary. I familiarized myself with the Leo strings, and really turning it around immediately.
I mean, ironically enough, man's turning it around when Yata just wants to get into that back stance. But yeah, Nam
No
right
opportunity.
now. Yeah, Nam right now is just running train at the moment. Ooh, jump back mid-air to call out the forward jump attack. Oh, I'm looking so strong.
And that is where like you see good players versus Leo versus the best players versus Leo. You know, navigating around charged fireball is so difficult to do properly, and if you can capitalize on air like strings, you know, you're gonna run away with it.
Oh, there's the side switch, base the burst. Gets another reset, tries to bait a wake up something or other. Doesn't come right now. Nam is in pretty good position. Oh no. Oh no.
Just a flying grab. There's nothing more horrifying.
He's just gonna burst like that? He's just gonna burst mid-screen like that? You feel bad. He was probably trying to call it maybe a dolphin, or maybe just saw that. He's like, man, I have to get in again.
To be honest, I don't want to try to have to get in versus either of these characters. I feel like I die instantly if I make one mistake. They both are just so explosive in the damage department, and they're really good at procuring counter hits. So, you know, I feel like the fear is necessary, but it does look a little bit bad.
Now I'm starting out with that anchor poke again. Like, it would seem that Leo might have the range advantage in some situations, but like, yeah, Nam has been, as you mentioned, so good at those counter pokes up until now, maybe. Oh, never mind. He's still doing well with those counter hits. Alright. Bring out SeaWorld. Not enough to go through the wall. Looking a little better. Gets a reset. PRC off the throw. Ooh. It didn't have the meter to kill there. Oh no, that's going to be a counter hit, but unfortunately Yata had to stop in his tracks to avoid the anchor. Little Nam right now. Going to be putting themselves on set point off of that dolphin. Holy Christ.
And Yata doing as much as they could, you know, a huge amount of the health bar taken away, but not able to get the burst out of Lil Nam. They're going into, you know, round 2, upper round, you know, 2 games in already. It's not looking good.
Looking dire right now as this tiny anime girl runs train. Oh boy, summon SeaWorld one more time, and that'll be through the wall. That's it. Like, bringing it to Happy Chaos, it's just that you've seen so much because the character is not only strong, but a lot of people have just picked up on it. Meanwhile, at Combo Breaker, like, the fact that Tempest was kind of obliterating some of the Happy Chaos, you had some people going, no, you can do it! You can do it, Umisho! So right now, Smitty looking like the standard play. Tenacl, unfortunately, having to suffer the Ram versus Happy Chaos fight. Doing too well at it.
Yeah, and Tenacl really just kind of struggling navigating through the base level options of Happy Chaos, and you know, it looks the worst in those situations, because if you don't have that labbed out or you're not comfortable with it, it can look like a blow up immediately.
Yeah, playing red light, green light is never fun against a person with a gun. And right now, though, Tenacl just looking to not let Smitty play their game at all, having a really good round start. But now there you go, Smitty trying to go offensive with their own, essentially round start off of the wall burst.
Oh, and Tenacl just barely missing these dash blocks. You can see just like the intent to move forward and stop, but getting clipped ever so slightly once more.
Oh Lord, oh my, no, that's it. You tried to walk on red.
And Smitty of GC didn't even have any doubt on that last like set of shots. Not only were they hitting, you know, the just frame inputs, but also they were sitting on meter. So you had concentration super coming up immediately as like they lost their resources. Definitely in a comfortable position, and you know it'll be interesting to see how Tenacl does in these next 2 games at minimum.
I'm worried that they're relying a little too much on the round start situation, because even then, the burst happens immediately and Smitty just puts them all the way through. Thank you so much to those who are redeeming codes right now, by the way. If y'all aren't too smitten with Smitty at the moment, make sure you're checking out that Masterino link. I love seeing those little notifications pop up telling me that more codes have been used.
It's awesome, actually, because that's a great JD to get started from Tenacl. Oh, it's
going. Nice conversion there. Really stellar combo. Unfortunately, it doesn't convert into the overdrive, but you know what? Tenacl just walks into their arms, throws them back.
Really relying on those round start, like you said, to try and get their early advantage. The Happy Chaos, you know, the 6S, gotta get the job done.
Oh, yeah, that's burst safe. I think Smitty just wanted, I don't even know what they were trying to do there. They just wanted to make sure their resources were nice and good for the clean kill.
And the worst feeling is like you finally get in versus Happy Chaos and you make that last mistake, and then he just gets to do what looks like the easiest combo he's ever done. Like, Happy Chaos players are just at their most comfortable when they get to do their stepping on the beach, you know, combo and just kill you. They get to like reload afterwards, you know, they're absolutely chilling. And then you have to go back to playing neutral and you have Curse on you and you're upset.
It's rough, man, and we'll see how things change, but this character definitely is designed with a rhythm in mind, like the resource control, the combo, and not only that, but like the rhythm of actually shooting the special is so heavily ingrained that it'll be interesting to see how that might change. But Smitty right now looking pretty good on it. Tenacl actually getting in, and if they can keep burst combos going, no! It's not first safe, but they get in anyway.
Yeah, not a bad situation for Tenacl, having both swords available to them. You know, Smitty FGC up against the wall. And this could be it.
No!
First round for Tenacl.
Whole other game there. Tenacl just getting in with a full screen dash. Unfortunately, this time runs right into the pistol instead of the bullet. And
you've got Curse on you, you've got Happy Chaos doing block strings, he's reloading in the middle of them. Like, when do you press? When is my opportunity? Please get him off me.
Has to take the throw there. And the OTG.
Oh, and it really looks like Smitty is just absolutely capitalizing on Tenacl not knowing what to press on in the block string, because that looks like L felt shotgun pressure, and you know, if you're not aware of when it stops, she's just gonna keep going. So I imagine it's very much so the same.
It was definitely cheeky that last round with their pressure, but now that they got the full screen, take one shot, pass it around. Oh boy, I can just hear it.
JSX.
No, not quite, but he can just OTG.
It was very smart of Smitty just to recognize, like, hey, this could be a possible burst scenario. Let me go into overdrive. After the overdrive, doesn't really matter if it kills because it's close enough that OTG shot is going to finish it off. And there's nothing Tenacl can do.
His name is not the same.
Yeah, not Chad Saftig, but Mike Saftig.
Chad himself showing it. Osmosis, though, playing his game. Very smart burst from Saftig, though. Tries to get in with the Night Raid Vortex, but unfortunately, Osmosis pushes him out. But you know what? You just can't deter the Soul player. He will continue to go in, no matter what.
Your job as Zato is to use Eddie as best as you possibly can to keep the animal off you. Because if you can't, his buttons are so good, it's gonna be horrifying.
Alright, now now the blender begins. Osmosis getting the side switch off of that, very nice. But unfortunately, just a jump out into dive kick. The Chad play right now.
Great selection from Mike.
Yeah, it just starts off with the 5P. I like that. I think quite a bit.
Good juggle. Opts to not do much damage to the wall there. Wants to keep Soul in the corner and is really looking to apply all this pressure. Gets out of the command grab but loses to the follow-up pose. Super gonna crack the wall and charge Eddie back for Zato. Exactly what he's looking for. And then Mike not having a chance.
Yeah, just said, DT. Throw it out there.
Oh, what an overhead. Didn't look intentional right there, but, you know, Osmosis is not going to get paid for it.
Mike right now doing a very good job of either resetting his pressure or just following it up through again with the dash in. Fafnir tries to burst off of that hit, but you know what?
What a fantastic weight off of Fafnir, too. Like, recognize that it hit. Didn't do anything, let Osmosis burst, and then fully convert it into so much damage to close it out. Great stuff, actually.
Yeah, and that's what I mean when, like, I was saying, talking about Osmosis, like, when he's able to play his game, he looks so strong, he looks unstoppable, but right now it's been him having to essentially play second fiddle, like, having to, like, wait and see what Mike does first before he can play his game.
Alrighty, and Osmosis is using a lot more Eddie early, but loses it just as fast to Gunflame, and that's a scary situation. Immediately gets him back, though.
Yeah, it was smart to kind of keep on the slower pace once Eddie was gone. And right now, Mike has been actually pretty pensive so far. Haven't seen as much rush down from him.
Oh, but there we chase down.
After the 4th Eddie kill finally goes in.
Good usage of JD, really tacking on all that damage and then finding the clean hit Volcanic Viper to crack the wall.
The air challenge though. Ooh, the dust after the RC there. And not only that, but the conversion. Holy cow.
And Osmosis really tried to defend that situation, instant blocked the bringer, but couldn't follow up after because of the ensuing RRC.
Man has lost so many Eddies in this battle.
That was probably his best point to burst, I'm not even gonna lie. The rest of what was about to come didn't look too good.
Ooh.
Nice to chase down with Night Raid Vortex, and the Bandit Bringer is gonna connect.
Game here, blue RC, giving Osmosis his last attempt to open up. Mike finally gets an opening at the last opportunity. But yeah, it's a first snatch. Holy cow.
6S closing the distance right there. And Osmosis, for the first time tonight, did get to see Break the Law. Not a hyper used tool from Zato players, but every time somebody sneaks it in, it's like you look for it, it's like, okay. I'm glad somebody's spicing it up a bit.
I mean, when you're fighting the spice that is Mike right now, you definitely gotta bring your own bit of flavor if you're gonna stand a chance. But right now, Mike's up 2 games, looking to get out of pools in a very comfortable situation. Osmosis just fighting for life at this point. Oh my god, oh my god.
That's a nightmare start for anybody, and especially Zato. Not having burst, getting counter hit. You're at like 70% life already off of 1 button. What do you do? But it looks like it's go on offense at this point. Mike's after just working out.
Mike has been, it's somewhat understated because he's been on the offense for so much of these games. But Mike's defense has been remarkably well considering how many mix-ups Osmosis has given him, and he survived most of them.
And then just like that, capitalizing on any opening he gets. He doesn't need much as Soul, and Zato's low health pool just makes it even easier.
Ooh, the low again. Osmosis finally getting.
That was a
Why do I
great
even
recognition from Mike. You know, understanding that clash cancel can happen here and what to press immediately after. Turns out the triangle button is the answer.
Mike trying to block, gets hit by the last low.
Oh, I love this setup so much.
That was very nice. Sends him through the wall. Unfortunately, I think Eddie is gone from there. Now this is Mike's opportunity to go in, but runs right into the last throw out there. Osmosis finally getting around.
And I do feel like that is Zato's favorite button to press, is that 2S. So versatile, so deadly, and you don't need Eddie to have it, so good stuff to Osmosis. Oh, great block on the gold burst too!
Unfortunately, again, not a big punish from Osmosis, but you know what? We have a good life lead, and down the toilet it goes.
Yeah, Soul just being able to dump out damage between, you know, R/, 6/, and then any heavy button. So, Eddie going down, but with a button that's very easily whiff punishable. No big conversion from Osmosis though.
Ooh, gonna climb trade. Oh, that was the saddest gold burst. The saddest little gold burst of the pools tonight. Osmosis trying their best, but unfortunately still losing 3-0.
Version that only you know, just show it on stream. Like, make it happen.
Well, Nam trying to show off on stream again. Noize, though, their opponent, definitely trying to use that 2D right away to avoid any counter hits from Nam, but Nam is in anyway. Here comes the pressure. Let's go in, get the cross up.
And Gio having such a good, like, way to fight Mei, in my mind. Between the 6P, between the way that she advances forward, she just closes distance in such a threatening manner, and the lingering buttons really intercept Dolphins or Mei's slower buttons.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would normally think of Mei as slow, but you're absolutely right. They're just slow enough that Gio can kind of take advantage of that. Oh no, but you're stuck in the corner now.
Oh, what a fantastic command grab from Nam right there. Not going to be enough to close it out. Going to go back to round start, but meter for Nam.
Oh, runs right into a Dolphin again. Oh, he baits out the last button there. Nam taking a round after taking a little bit of a beating in the corner. Noize, unfortunately, not able to seal the deal.
Oh, what a double close slash to really chase down that backdash.
Getting hit by the beach ball like the nerd at the beach. Oh no. Dash in again and for the throw. Nam just out of range.
And I think something important to point out from that round right there was Nam's usage of offensive burst. Recognizing that Noize like had the potential to turn it around and immediately bursted to keep Noize in the corner, really just forced the issue. And we saw once Noize started to work their way out, you know, couldn't do much because they didn't have any health left. And, you know, being in chip range versus Mei is just, it feels like a death sentence.
All right. Do the slide. Yeah, Noize just bursting right away, but the big counter hit 2D apparently no longer a button in Noize's options there. Oh no, another counter hit.
This is huge, doesn't get the last hit, but is still able to continue pressure just fine. Nam continuing to dance around these like Abari buttons from Noize, but Noize finally working their way out, getting the OTG into the setup. Oh, great 2S versus the backdash. We'd love to see it. We're going to go into a super of our own. This is going to put Noize in a situation where they're going to either get a safe jump or follow-up pressure of their choice. Opts to do not much. Dash forward.
Oh my god, and now you see why he did nothing. Run right into that Dolphin and you die.
And all it takes is one, and heavy down, thin counter hit guarantees Mei getting command grab as a follow-up. Great usage of 2D right there. That's what Gio was looking for to close the gap.
Thank you for the follow, Gandalf.
Good pick up into the OTG right there, dancing around, trying to shimmy, looking for a possible throw. 2S connecting, but not getting the follow-up 5H.
You're gonna get a little follow train going on right now. Hero's field.
And that is the starter Gio is looking for. That counter hit 2D right there is going to lead into the super conversion. Wall break going to lead to one more scenario for Noize.
Nice.
Fantastic round strung together.
Ooh, the jump back. That was beautiful. Unfortunately, I feel like he could have maybe converted a little better, but you know what? That's the start of something gorgeous there.
Absolutely. And knowing that round start, like making possibly do Dolphin, doing IAD back your big button, oh, it feels so good to convert off of it.
People are wanting Nom to win, but right now, Noize is looking to not let that happen.
I like this offensive pressure from Noize that's coming out right now. It's a 0 to 100 sort of play style. It's really keeping Nom on their toes.
Ninja Star, thank you for the follow as well. I love it. Every time one thing happens here, some people see it and they try to replicate it. Unfortunately, Nom replicating his own victory takes it 2-0 right now. The Nom train keeps going.
A much different game between game 1 and game 2, right? Yeah. It felt like Noize got run over in that first game, but in the second game, it really looked like, hey, May's on the back foot. Nom is having difficulty dealing with, you know, the explosive Gio pressure.
There was a little bit more of a conversation between the two. It wasn't Nom just absolutely dictating the game plan, but Noize, it's definitely, he's not able to seal the deal. He's not able to like really close out these sessions, and you know, Nom just doing a little bit of a better job at it. That being said, we go in full strike. We got the 2D, and we're gonna get some nice damage off of these.
Oh, and that 5H starter gonna lead to quite a bit. Opts to keep the corner there. I like that option. Super, yes. It's gonna be a huge amount of damage. Not gonna kill, but it's gonna lead to the safe jump setup with 50 meter on deck already.
Ooh!
Oh, it doesn't get the pickup.
That's what I mean. He's stuck closing out the rounds, and if Nom makes this comeback, that will be so crushing.
It's okay. Now you gotta test your own patience right here.
IRC for the last opportunity, and the side switch mix-up will do it. Noize, thankfully, able to close things out after a very dire situation.
Oh, that command grab really capitalizing on Noize, just so afraid of dolphins and buttons.
I want people's character chart to come out and like likes whatever, dislikes buttons and dolphins.
Honestly, I agree with that character. Whoever that is.
That was perfect, by the way. Nom looking to clean things out with a 3-0. Noize holding on to life at this moment.
That was fantastic 6-beat by Nom, by the way. And yes, 2D counter hit conversions. Gonna lead to just corner Oki.
Ooh, the nice 2D again. Showing Nom that he's got to pay attention to that ground.
Noize's usage of triple dash to really force the issue. It feels like he's playing like pedal to the literal floor. Like the boards are broken right now, and we're just still going. Oh, no double overhead. Looks like a fake into possibly a throw or low, but nothing.
Nom has a chance. Whoa, both players throwing, whiffing right in front of their faces. But yeah, the life deficit just a little too far there, and Noize gonna take his first game. Good stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I do love the Street Fighter V moment of both players pressing throw and
just whiffing at the same time.
Whiffing, yeah.
It's so much worse than Strive because the recovery is so significantly longer.
Yeah, nobody has meter. Everybody's staring at each other. You're just like, who's going to end up getting counter hit in this scenario? I hope it's not me.
Oh god. Well, Nom right now starting with that low anchor. Gotta get punished for it a little bit. Noize pushing them to the corner. You know what's in the corner right now, though? Those coupon codes. I think people have been using them, and we're close to getting them all used, but it's up to chat right now. Please check out that Matcherino while we are enjoying this set in front of us.
Yes, do need chat room to contribute right here, like this Giovanna super.
Oh, I like that.
It's a little expensive, but I kind of like that to stop the momentum of when you don't have burst at your side.
And even still, like, Gio just builds meters so quickly once she's able to get you knocked down, because the triple dash, you know, any sort of follow-up pressure, anytime she gets a reset, she's just building meter eternally.
Oh boy. Beach balls in your face. Neutral jump coming out and actually able to land the killing blow. No, I'm not looking to the skies, and always taking around.
I feel like that is the first time somebody has navigated around Nam's usage of either grab or command grab all night tonight, and what a clutch time to do it for Noize.
Huge damage though, right away.
Good 2D, closing the gap, run up overhead, another one, cross-ups coming in, yes, empty grab. It's chasing down, and we're seeing that 100 miles per hour like playstyle from Noize, capitalizing.
That's not dead. Yeah, oh, but the RC, I forgot! Oh no. Noize. Looking pretty damn good right now. Nam in a bit of a tight situation.
And Gio with that 100 meter is so horrifying. Not only is she more defensive, she actually has a different health modifier at 100% meter, but she does more damage. So, you know, really capitalizing on that there, and then once you have the resources built up, you can just expend it so fast. Able to close it out that way.
Right now, I had a lot of people calling for Nam's wins in the chat, so y'all gotta give him your energy, because right now, things are looking to get reverse 3-0'd.
And I love this usage of 2D. Not really looking to do anything except occupy space, so that Nam is afraid and Noize is able to close the gap. But Nam turning it around so quickly, already breaking it, the wall.
Oh.
That's 90% damage on the board for them.
Side switch though.
I love that empty air dash throw setup. Another throw.
Boy, backs off a little bit. And honestly, with this extra meter, you're just gonna die with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that is, you know, the bane of being a Gio player and saving all that meter, because if you sit on it too long and you do make one mistake, if you explode, you just wasted it.
Yeah. But still, the rush down shows that Noize is not deterred.
Okay. This is a great usage of meter right here. Really forcing, you know, Nam on the back foot. One scenario, and doesn't elect to burst. I like that option. Go into the third round, have as much resources as possible.
Yeah, no Malik in Guilty Gear Strive, and I think most Guilty Gear games you don't keep meter between rounds.
That is true, yeah. Not keeping meter between rounds is a very imperative like mechanic in Guilty Gear, so if you've got it, spend it. You should be spending that butter as much as you can.
Definitely an interesting style right now. Both sides now looking clean. Round 1 definitely Nam's game. Round 2 definitely Noize's, but right now Noize has a little bit of the momentum, but here we go. Yeah. The RC should get the kill through the wall, and Noize is gonna make the reverse 3-0. The match might say 3-2, but that was a 3-0 in at least Noize's heart.
So, I think Corey has like played this matchup enough from what I know. Has a decent chance. I'm not too familiar with JDJ, so I'm very curious as to what they bring to the table on this character.
You will have to observe me for a second. 20 more codes remain. Please use the Matcherino. I'm gonna go put my chickens to sleep, so I'll be right back.
And JDJ going up early in this first round, you know, just not quite able to close it out. Here's Corey's chance. No burst on the table right now, but has plenty of meter. Oh, and just gets one Abare button out to close it. JDJ is still sitting on their burst, and we're going into round 2. Pressure beginning with the gun, curse applied, and not enough concentration right now. Back to the corner we go. Opts to go into the dais. Gonna get the reload. Plenty of concentration, no meter right now, but curse applied, and we have tension pulse. Good stuff from Kory right there, keeping the pressure up. Trying to work their way through. Pushes JDJ all the way to the corner, but not able to capitalize. And here we go. More gun pressure. First reapplied. Single bullet gaming. RRC, but doesn't block the burst. Tries to punish the slide after the clone hits, but not gonna work. Kory, what can you do from this far away? JDJ barely sitting on any bullets right now, but does find the shot that they need to close out game 1. And this is interesting, you know, like seeing adjustments between rounds, seeing how people get like frazzled in between, you know, are you affected by the way, you know, the zoner plays, the dominant zoner plays? Can you survive it? Do you have the mental fortitude? And that like reflects from player to player. Some people, you know, understand that their bet is to just explode the zoner as soon as possible and, you know, roll the dice that they were given. But Kory looking pretty solid so far. Navigating through and getting a good counter hit right here. This is going to be a pretty decent combo, all things told. Gonna end in super. Happy Chaos going back to mid-screen, but May having Oki on the setup. Oh, great Habari from JDJ, but not getting the curse to land in that scenario. And Kory is back in. YRC making connection right there. We're seeing, you know, standard pressure. Taco not going to connect, but Kory fighting their way out. Command grab. Just going to go into the J2H. Round start clone. Oh, not a big trade right there, but Kory going to have advantage. Chasing him down with Dolphins, and that burst is going to whiff. So scary to try to burst versus May in 2H. Counter hit Dolphin connecting, RRC into wall break. A perfect for Kory, exactly what you're looking for versus Happy Chaos. And we did see, you know, not being dissuaded to play their game plan, really just capitalizing on the opportunities that were available to them. Fantastic stuff from Kory right there. We're sitting at even footing in this set right now.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
And going back into a 2S counter hit connecting, another 2S counter hit connecting. This is just stable damage throughout. It's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, Kory. Now back at full screen, JDJ getting their feet set. Oh, toe taps connecting, but not able to convert in any meaningful way. Kory now getting their opportunity to really dish out damage versus Happy Chaos. And JDJ just explodes in that round. Neither playing having burst going into round 2. Let's see how this pans out. Oh, big 6P. Okay, opts to advance forward, sitting on 2 bullets. Gets a decent conversion right there, opts to 5P to through. That chase down with the 6H. Okay, going into Deus Ex Machina. Concentration super, curse applied. This is exactly what Happy Chaos is looking for. Sees that Kory wants to advance with the FD and then throws him out of it. Good stuff, JDJ. Knockdown from Kory right here. Here is pressure. Oh, catches the whip 6P. Chases him back down. And counter hit Dolphin. How do you burst, Kory? Oh. And JDJ, you know, that's a horrifying situation to be in versus May. You're way too far above her. She's too low to the ground. Her buttons extend very high above her. You don't like to see it. That's the least, like, chance you have versus the character is when she has you in that juggle state after a counter hit.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
JDJ electing to play quite a bit safer at first to get us into this 4th game, but Kory making a small connection. And the bullets are out. Oh, great usage of clone right there. Does get the punish on the slide, hitting the clone. Overhead kiss connecting in that scenario. Finds the mix-up, stays in front. Curse applied. Bullets raining. JDJ now sitting on that 50 meter that they were looking for so much. Kory now with pressure, counter hit in the corner. RSC, this is going to close out the round for sure.
Right now, though.
Okay, I wouldn't have passed these on. I see Happy Chaos. I expect the victory. And Kory right now pulling it out.
Kory doing a really good job of applying each individual button May has to keep Happy Chaos at bay. Navigating, you know, maybe JDJ's slight missteps to take advantage, and great usage of movement all throughout. This is going to be a decent amount of damage to say the least. Going back to the round start, mid-screen.
Oh, good job. Still pressing buttons after even the clone ate the dolphin. But I think that's it. Kory gonna take a 3-1 in the set, making me lose all my points.
Your chance.
Smitty was showing quite the talent earlier, though. So Kudo has his set ahead of him.
I actually think this mirror is super interesting because the application of all of the resources is incredibly important.
Definitely see Smitty go heavy on those resources right away, but it's been benefiting him at least for now. But it could all go down the drain. Having to do that full burst ostensibly to put Kudo at full screen. He may have taken the round, but how will the set go? Now that burst is no longer a factor. Thank you so much to everybody for continuing to use all these coupon codes, by the way.
Okay, and KudoGio quickly turning it around, saying it's my turn to play the game. But you know, after that one singular conversion, Smitty back in their wheelhouse, ready to just continue firing. KudoGio just trying to force themselves forward.
That should do it. Yeah, just a bad burst, but you know what? Didn't have the bullets to fully punish. Still takes the game regardless. Thank you all for using these codes.
Yes.
I
Wow,
know
these are pouring in now. This world of difference, actually.
Stealthy Ninja Man stealthily bringing up that Matcherino link in the chat. Thank you. How many codes we have left? I will give a quick look-see here. Ooh, only 12 remaining. I'll need to step it up.
And with 50 just available to us, I know you guys can do it. We're so close. Might as well max out on them.
Smitty just dashing in immediately. Another code claim. Thank you very much.
And it feels like Smitty definitely just understands the mirror quite a bit more. Just always feels like they have advantage outside of it.
Perfectly placed curse there on the landing. Their rhythm is beautiful right now. Not a chance.
It's, you gotta feel bad for KudoGio. At that point, you know, this person just very clearly is outclassing this specific matchup, and you know that never feels good, especially when it looks like this. You can't move at all. But here's your chance, KudoGio. Prove me wrong, show the world that you can capitalize on Smitty.
Like the reset, not going through the wall. That should easily do it.
And just as quickly, Kudo turns it around, makes it an even game.
Big risk he takes with those openers, though. Smitty not looking to dedicate himself too much to anything. Just wants that distance and hopes that his resource management can be good enough. Unfortunately, I'm surprised Kudo didn't go in despite the concentration being depleted.
Yeah, it felt like a huge opportunity to capitalize that was just missed out on, but
time crisis right now. Indeed, gonna reset that concentration, build those bullets back up, and now we're gonna sit on a healthy 2 to 3 at the moment. Spends the last bullet there, but reloads 3 while Kudo waits. The opportunity. Waits on throw. Ooh, the dust. Yeah, he'll reset that pressure. Good blocking until the last minute. Smitty now getting blended. Deus Ex Machina gonna give the hard knockdown. And it is more or less guess for game off of this dash. No, he goes back with the curse. And he keep up the rhythm.
What a scary situation just to hold it so long. Trying to drain Smitty's meter but not pulling the trigger. And overall a good decision from KudoGio just to close out that game. Definitely a complete change of pace. Like, we saw Smitty just work the full screen game so well in those first 3 rounds, and then KudoGio was able to just turn it on and close it out right there.
I mean, I think the big difference between the two of them right now is that Smitty definitely will tend to overcommit with his resources to really gain a significant lead, either in terms of the pressure game or in terms of the just the life lead. Whereas Kudo is definitely a little more reserved, except for maybe that burst.
Yeah, that was an expensive burst between losing that meter and losing this amount of health. Smitty just applying the pressure, using the meter, using these bullets, using his concentration, and then further advancing backwards, making it more and more difficult for Kudo to approach.
And being much smarter with his resources right now, building back that concentration immediately. And wow, this is just a free game here. Trade situation there, but gives Smitty the round.
And that was so impressive by Smitty, knowing exactly how much he had available to loop between concentration supers and also apply curse exactly where it needed to be. This is very impressive Happy Chaos gameplay coming out of Smitty right now. And here we go, concentration super, bullets a little low,
no.
KudoGio not willing to do much.
Feels like Kudo just gave in there a little bit, but thankfully he gets a shot in, gets a mix up there.
It looked like the do nothing to give false hope method.
Smitty way overcommitted there with the run and shoot.
Oh wow! Fade away.
I'm amazed KudoGio was able to reverse that situation because it looked so dire. But Smitty just really overcommitted in a situation where it's not that he didn't have to, he definitely felt like he had to, but
Okay, now it's KudoGio's turn to play the full screen game. How did they elect to do it? And Smitty just turning it around. We're taking turns shooting each other at this point. Smitty shoots first. It seems like that's been the case all set. Concentration super available, 1 bullet left, reloads coming out, threading curse in between, just as it's about to run out. Great application across the board. Kudo content to just kind of sit there, waiting out the storm, but makes one misstep, gets launched, and then from there, Smitty closing it out. It's going to be 2-1 in their favor.
yeah, it is. Thank you for the code redemption, by the way. But the situation at hand, it seems very good for Smitty. However, he's not prone. He is not perfect. He has his faults, and those faults are where Kudo has been, getting his rounds and even a game in. So it's really on Smitty to kind of tighten up the ship here if he's hoping to clean things up.
And we can definitely see that Kudo is absolutely no slouch. It's opened right there.
Yeah.
You know, once they get their opportunity to get in, it's been kind of a nightmare for Smitty. But when they haven't been able to get in, that's where the problems have been the most. I'm loving this pressure from Kudo. It's
that all stemmed from Smitty just overcommitting and losing his concentration entirely.
And we're seeing two very different ways to play the character. Kudo, you know, kind of playing an all-around sort of style, doesn't want to only stay at full screen, but can definitely utilize it. But once they get in, it feels like, what a powerhouse.
He's certainly a little stronger in the rushdown elements of Happy Chaos in the mix. I think he's a little late.
It does look like so, but it's
no,
mine.
Unless... Maybe it wasn't late enough. Maybe we just don't know.
I know the slide is quite a while, so they're stuck to the wall for a hot second. But at what state they were stuck in, that's the interesting part. It doesn't really matter though. Deus connects, and Kudo really making this a full set, showing that Smitty can't run away with it just because, you know, their long range gameplay is fantastic. One mistake, and it could be over.
Isn't Vanessa still very good, chat, though? She's just not, like, busted. She's, like, a solid mid-tier. I don't know. I'm relying on chat for information. That's a big mistake. Right now, though, Smitty looking pretty powerful.
And back to the game plan that we've expected from them, what we've seen in game one. This is the worst case scenario for Kudo, but finds that singular bullet opening. First off the table for Smitty at this point. They have the meter, they have the resources.
I tell you, man, sometimes I see this character with burst and I'm like, he doesn't deserve it. They're like, hey, the fact that you get your in and then have to do it all over again. It's so ludicrous. But right now, Kudo's going to have to see if he can make it even work, and he can't. Getting chipped at the last bit there.
Getting gold bursted by Happy Chaos in this game feels like getting gold bursted by Venom in other games. It's just like, oh, can I unplug yet? This feels terrible. Like, you have so many resources. This is a nightmare.
Maybe keeping that full range right now. The concentration is pretty high. Resources are great. Every shot that he lands, he's actually giving himself the opportunity to just fully reload, because his full range game is so heavily reliant on him having all this, both concentration and ammo.
And the rotations from Smitty, just recognizing, like, I can shoot here, I can shoot again, I don't have to reload, I can reload here, I can throw curse here, I can shoot. Like, everything about the way they rhythmically play Happy Chaos is fantastic until they end up overcommitting. And now we're seeing KudoGio play offense. And this is the scariest part. Oh
no, with the dust, but you know what? You have your friend, the gun, to back you up. Good anti-air into Deus Ex, gonna take the range off it.
It turns out projectile, strike, throw, high, low is a pretty good offensive option. So Happy Chaos not lacking in any way up close either.
I mean, the fact that you can both cancel is pretty strong.
And this curse application coming in clutch for Smitty FGC, really able to just juggle all these options. KudoGio.
You're gonna have to be good about not losing these resources, because again, we've seen matches like this go down the toilet.
And we are seeing a little bit of negative penalty right here from just standing full screen exclusively, but not enough. Smitty closing it out. 3-2.
Close, very close. Probably the closest set we've had of the night, but not quite there, unfortunately. That being said,
yes, and Noize really putting on a showcase in those last 3 games versus Nam. So let's see how they play versus Mike. It does look like it's closer to that explosive. And thank you, Lena the Troll, for that $15 contribution. Greatly appreciate it. Just rush down on both sides. Neither one of them want to slow down. And Mike Saftig just really forcing the issue right now. Noize getting one chance to breathe with that IAD back JH, capitalizing on it just enough, but goes back to neutral. VP connects, counter hit RRC into another Volcanic Viper to close out the round. Back to neutral, willing to throw out that 2D quite a bit, but gets punished by that Bandit Bringer. empty bandit revolver into throw. We're back at the pressure for Mike Saftig. Volcanic Viper now going to close it out, going to push him back to round start neutral. Noize staying calm, not reacting too much to there, just willing to block it out. Great DP versus the Bandit Bringer, gonna get a decent conversion, but not able to close the combo out. And that advancing charge 5D from Giovanna is such a threat, but no finish on the Dust combo. And 6S making connection right there, all Mike needs to finish that game. Noize playing that sort of style that they showed was the best versus Nam, and Mike still, you know, showing that soul rush down. Very much so, like, capable of beating any other character's rush down as well. Just able to trade out hits in his favor more so that time. But going into game 2, let's see how the adjustments play out. Round start 5H, spiral arrow, knocked down. Noize has Mike in the corner, but Mike pushing his way out very easily. There's that one-hit revolver in the throw. Bringer makes connection with block. No follow-up. 2S counter hit gets bursted. Mike, offensive burst, wants to really force the issue right here. A very solid conversion into what looks like Kara Volcanic Viper. 5K 6S going to break the wall right there. That's enough for round 1. Great conversion off of the JH, but not going to be able to finish the combo. Forces it back to mid-screen. 3 throws in a row. Why not a 4th? Opts to go for the close slash. Another one. Spiral arrow making connection. Noize working their way in. Got Mike in the corner. Soul now gonna have to guess. The geo pressure after these OTGs is so scary. And the third hit of bar slash making its connection, anti-air state, and, you know, Mike defensive throw turns it around, closes out game 2. Going into game 3, feels like Noize still has a chance. They're not out of it yet. But the overall pace feels like for every advantage they take, you know, Soul just does a little bit more. Alright, round start, Night Raid Vortex. Not going to lead to much of a punish, definitely not going to lead to, you know, very large of an outcome for either player. That gold burst. Okay.
Oh, I like that. I like that PRC there to just kind of try to bait something maybe, but nothing came in.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep themselves safe, right? You know, that's a lot of meter to spend, but ultimately, your safety is the most important thing in this game at times, and after
right now it looks like Noize is not safe from anything right now. Getting hit by the immediate round start Night Raid Vortex. Mike looking unstoppable right now.
Huge conversion right off the gate. And Noize is definitely playing decent footsies around all of this, but you know, where Mike has capitalized, they've converted so huge, and that 5D could be plenty. That was a very smart burst to get out of the situation. 6H gonna connect, 5D, JD. Oh gosh, so fast, so explosive. Mike Saftig taking it 3-0 over Noize. If you asked me, rock versus paper, you're screwed.
Right now, we'll see how things play out. Smitty, you know, the lone Happy Chaos in this winner's side right now, going up against Corey, the Chaos Killer, if you would.
Yes, so Corey, being the only other person to win versus Happy Chaos on stream, other than Smitty. And majority of that combo was burst in, so Smitty and GC really had to wait that out till that last hit right there.
Well, certainly paid off, got that full screen, and now Corey is going to take the L for that round there.
Oh, great usage of advancing into 2S. And this is what we saw from Corey earlier in the Happy Chaos matchup. Just like using the lower buttons, you know, forcing Happy Chaos to like make decisions, advancing forward properly, you know, very patient, very aggressive.
Just a kiss of death there. Ooh, tries to get a cheeky reset and gets it. Unfortunately, isn't able to kill off of it, but one last overhead will do.
I'm a sucker for an uncross up setup. If you can just keep yourself in front, it's so sick.
That burst though was very unfortunate. That being said though, not like there's a huge amount of opportunity to use burst against Happy Chaos, so
might as well get what you can get because it looks like it's working out for Corey right now. Really building up
ooh, just headbutt the dolphin. Just headbutt that dolphin. It is now hunting season, going right through into the corner, side to side. Deus Ex is going to send him through the wall, and this will be a hard knockdown. You can take the throw, but not much more. It builds the concentration. Very smart.
Not only a hard knockdown, but also a full reload. Just something so important. Like one less action Happy Chaos has to take to further like expend their resources. So, you know, that gosh, it's so terrifying once Deus is out. You're cracked the wall, you're knocked down mid-screen. Not only do you have to work your way in, but you have to deal with an Oki situation and him building meter. What do? The answer is try to walk forward and block.
The answer is to click those coupon codes and maybe even follow the example of Lena the Troll, who don't seem much like a troll because donating $15 to the pot is very, very nice. Thank you so much today for doing that bit of charity.
And looking at Corey really applying all this pressure that they can possibly use.
Corey wants that 15. He wants that 15 right now because damn, he's trying to get in.
Oh, that one button from Smitty whiffing led to them being in the corner. And this
damage.
A huge amount of damage, not gonna kill, going to put in a one-touch scenario for May.
Is it death? No, just going in with the anchor.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Low, high, didn't have to combo. Just a mix-up.
You love it when both the low and the high. Not as a combo, just as two separate things.
Okay, that Dolphin connecting doesn't overcommit. I like that option from Corey, just working the space in front of them.
Oh, no, can't burst there. But he now smitten with his combos. Well, good lord, the amount of corner carrying with that. Has to spend a lot. Yeah, I was about to say, at least gets his concentration back with meter. Gonna run low on bullets here, which will give Corey an opportunity to get in.
And that was a weird scenario for Happy Chaos, as much as it is like hard to say. Getting Curse to land right from that distance is something that feels pretty difficult, all things told. But, you know, here we are.
Here we are, stuck in the corner again, and as much as, oh, never mind. I was gonna say no sympathy for Happy Chaos, but now you're stuck in the corner. Gonna push his way out though, spend everything on it though. Corey gets a big counter hit, gets one command grab. Has to burst there, and now you can see why nobody likes Happy Chaos, because it's like, oh cool, he overspent his meter, I'm in, and then he gains burst, and like that, things just go his way. I shouldn't say nobody likes Happy Chaos. I like Happy Chaos quite a bit.
I feel like everybody likes Happy Chaos when they don't only have to see Happy Chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. The same can be said about a lot. Holy Christ, that damage. Chip now entirely possible for Corey. Unfortunately, the more he blocks from Smitty, the less likely that'll be, but thankfully a last counter hit will at least give him game number 2.
And that was pretty convincing. All things told, you know, Smitty did get around, but Corey looked way more comfortable than many of the other players we've seen fight Happy Chaos today. And that's just showing, just like repeated, you know, positive interactions for Mei versus Happy Chaos, actually landing full confirms, forcing burst out, and then still being able to be an issue throughout. You know, super important stuff all throughout the board.
Oh, big with punish opportunity there right from the start. Nice combo again. Yeah, just set up those ammo. Oh no. Oh no, just like that. You didn't have to approach, but you did.
Okay,
And now he must be dead.
And all of that was burst safe, but Kory not able to finish the combo at that point for whatever reason. Smitty FGC. Not quite.
He couldn't go into Deus Ex?
Now
Alright, gets it anyway.
Okay, good chase down from Kory, really forcing the issue. That 6P so good, and that whiff burst, that could be the end of this game already for Kory.
You spoke too soon. Big counter hit now. And Smitty with no burst to save him. Ooh, big counter.
Good 2S.
Yeah. Natural comeback here.
Mei forcing the issue once more. Dolphins doing their job, causing Happy Chaos to whiff right there, and this is a big conversion. No burst on the table quite yet for Smitty.
Oh, good challenge, but unfortunately doesn't follow through on it, and Mei's gonna get the back throw for the win.
It was such an interesting decision from Kory, just like recognizing that like 2P was blocked and opting to go for throw anyways. He was number one. He's looking number one right now. Good job, thank you for the resubscription.
15 months though, that's hot damn.
Fantastic gold burst. If you're gonna burst versus Mei, that's probably the number one situation to do it.
Right now I'm betting you're wishing you had that burst though. Kory's on top of you and the house is looking to play. There we go, right through the wall. Doesn't even have much ammo. Only 2 bullets. Has to spend the meter on the concentration, trying to keep Kory out, but Kory's at a very good distance where he could easily make the approach. Then he's trying to use a last-minute clone, but that drains some of his life that he can't afford to spend. Kory now taking it all in game number 3.
2-1, and you're seeing, you know, the threat of Kory advancing just about every time makes it more difficulty for Smitty to get these 2 and 3 reloads that we've seen, you know, him get versus other players. Even versus KudoGio, right? You saw him shoot, you saw him reload 3 bullets, continue to shoot, continue to apply curse, and every extra action is like more time that you have available to advance. Kory is really taking advantage of all of that.
Yeah, Kory is very much on the ball in terms of where to advance and when to advance, more importantly. That being said, though, Smitty looking good with his resources at the moment. Kory having to hold this block. Unfortunately, the gun misses. It allows Kory to get a little closer than he would off of that whiff normal.
Oh, and no concentration right now for Smitty FGC, but has the meter to go into concentration super should he get the opportunity.
Oh, wow, the cross-up drop anchor. Baits the burst this time.
Oh, chases down the backdash too with the close slash and is going to convert off of it. Kory on match point right now.
Fantastic resources to start with. Smitty right now looking desperate to keep this little child away from him. And everything basically, just trying to push them a little far away. But Smitty unfortunately may have just sealed his fate. No ammo at all. Okay, gets a lot of resources there. But Kory is still inching his way in. Had to concentrate a little bit, but the Dolphin comes right at his face. Which side will it be? The front?
Great block on the uncross, though. Great patience versus the gold burst, and now Smitty FGC getting the opportunity right here. The Ace Machina out. Low concentration, full bullets, gets the charge. Curse deployed. How well can you live, Kory? How long can you survive? Instead of shooting obstacle in, he's going to close out the round anyway. Smitty FGC staying alive. What a great round.
Just that point there. Smitty throwing out the clone, having to work out, especially with these anti-airs. That anti-air headbutt looking beautiful at the moment.
And the counter hit conversion that, you know, Happy Chaos gets in that scenario, that's so much damage and just pushes you farther away from him. The meter gain, all of it's so good, and that burst is the last thing we want to see.
No, that's the drop.
AS dropping, chases down, May getting into advanced forward once again. Good command grab. Dark break
Save
scenario.
him, yeah, just mash out of that situation. Oh man, Smitty probably wiping some sweat off his brow at this moment.
And how often do you see like Happy Chaos, JP be the round winner, right? Like good recognition from Smitty, knowing their options available to them, knowing exactly what they needed to do to survive that situation, because wow, May on top of you is horrifying, and one mistake leads to 60% guaranteed.
How it be sometimes, that's how it be. We only got, by the way, 2 codes remaining. I want to see those codes gone, man. I want to see them gone.
Ooh, Smitty right now definitely going on more of the offense, which is catching Corey off guard. Corey's expecting himself to have to move forward, not Smitty.
And we're seeing the juggle of pressure. Yes, Corey recognizing that they could throw in that scenario, right? Like Happy Chaos advancing forward. There is a gap there.
Oh no, Corey using the offensive burst, and it's just not paying off in the long run.
Well, we don't know yet. Smitty not out of the woods yet, but does confirm close out that round. Corey sitting out about half burst.
Ooh, what trade?
Decent conversion from Smitty. Another one really putting the hands on Corey.
Use that PRC to get the low. And this is where it's going to have to matter, give him a kiss of death.
What a stagger and a throw. Setup gonna keep Smitty caged, and that counter hit was big. Probably a bit thirsty for the burst there, but can you blame him at this point? You really need to keep Happy Chaos up there. Not the worst case scenario. He is gonna have to spend all the meter and all the resources. You're just looking to not get launched here.
Yeah. Yo, he tries with a gold burst. It was milliseconds. It was milliseconds from working.
I like the bravery.
Smitty just pressed a little later than Corey was expecting and was able to block the gold burst. A little money so that some of the winners here can, you know, buy themselves a nice meal afterwards. Maybe think about it.
These guys are working hard for our entertainment ultimately, right? They're putting on a show. We might as well give back to them.
Hey, all the codes are claimed. That's what I like to see.
Awesome. And we're going into it. Osmosis versus Chetoo. Fantastic command grab. You know, Leo really locked down under this eddy pressure. Hasn't had a chance to scramble out yet. Just playing patient. And that DP getting baited out by...
You said patient?
I said patient, and it jinxed Chetoo. That's the trigger word for the DP. You know, it's gonna happen.
Wow, you're really patient for a Leo player.
Yeah, DP. Okay, I lied.
Oh, nice.
So that was a great usage of single button to trigger the oppose, and then knowing something had to happen and being able to follow up with the, you know, back turn dust. I like the intelligence there to just recognize the situation, and no eddy meter on the side of Osmosis. Chetoo getting to really capitalize, advancing forward. That was a very smart recognition.
Tries for the command grab at the last moment, and unfortunately leads to his demise. 1 round apiece now. Oh my god.
Advancing forward DP. What an option.
Good Lord, right now. Osmosis having to hold back for his life. That's the side switch, yeah. Very nice.
Okay, so gets Eddie off of him, but isn't able to close much of a gap. That reset scenario for Zato might be a little bit more beneficial because he doesn't have to crack the wall. Now it's really good for him here because he gets full Eddie meter, he gets the hard knockdown, he can set up how he wants.
There's the YRC there. Oh
YRC.
wow, big whiff, but yeah, just didn't make the opportunity. Still, any space that Chetoo can get, he will take. Unfortunately, running into a lot of Eddie there, and chip is a huge factor.
And Osmosis closing it out. Game 1 going in the favor of Zato versus Leo. You know, I think Eddie is just a potent tool versus a lot of like Leo's reversal options. He does such an effective way of like baiting out DP. He really forces out defensive options like YRC. Obviously, Zato then has to play a different sort of game plan to navigate around that. But once you've established that layer 1 of he has to use meter, he has to use resources to get out of these situations, you can set yourself up to like punish with things like command grab. Eddie's instantly back then, and your game plan is just like on full time.
Now, Chetoo looking to make things a little slower. Tries to get a whiff punish there, but hits Eddie instead of Osmosis, and there's the dash in. I do like using that run in after, striking Eddie, but it does come with the risk of, Zato just going, okay, let me just press a button then, and you'll run right into it.
Yeah, and crashing through Eddie, such an effective option. Turning off a lot of Zato's like easy mode offense, really making him work his buttons. And Xavier Wonder working that subscribe button. Thank you so much.
Wow. All right, the YRC turning off the applause.
Oh,
Good challenge again.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, we haven't seen any of the notorious LEO pressure that we were kind of used to, mostly from Osmosis having really good checks at a close range. Tries to backdash, unfortunately. Chetoo actually gets the call out there, and this should easily kill.
That was a very interesting option chosen by Chetoo, to exit back stance immediately and then chase with close slash. I liked it. It was very smart. Stagger, super. That's a lot of damage.
Jesus
Wow, that's a lot of damage.
Christ.
That's way more damage than I even expected.
Whoa.
So that went from an unblockable to a guard crush state. It loops it twice, gets the second one to hit, and then on that wall crack just rips super. Like, the lack of scaling that came from that was so low. Like, there was no way that wasn't going to do a lot of damage. And then Zato's health pool just making it infinitely higher than I could possibly expect.
It's one of those moments where you see someone get hit and it's like, oh crap, they're dead. That's just it. All of a sudden.
You died. You
Yeah.
died.
No, that's no hospital visit for you. Straight to the morgue. Nice command grab though. Osmosis trying to not let Chetoo get anything started. And the DP actually works out. But what a jump over the fireball. Really good awareness from Osmosis there to make that angular approach.
And that navigation is what we talked about earlier. If you're able to circumvent getting, putting block stun by Leo Fireball, and you're able to challenge his air approach, you're going to have a good time, because then your game plan gets to run for free like we're seeing Super use. So he does get to set up Eddie, roll in. This was going to be first safe, but Chetoo just keeping themselves. What fantastic movement, right? Osmosis using the PRC to navigate around the JD.
Even circumventing like Zato's own forward movement, because the PRC just gives you that little extra push.
Okay, it's a decent amount of damage. Eddie not quite back yet, but gonna get it so quickly. The crossover happens.
Doesn't bait the YRC, which might have been Osmosis's way out.
Amorphous.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And Amorphous in this game does so much damage, especially when you like make it so, you know, low scaling, put him against the wall, Amorphous. It's just the single hit supers do so very much, and Zato not missing out on it.
Well then, all right. So we are 1-2 in the set right now. I think Chetoo. I think they've taken a little bit of time to figure out, like, hey, once you get the momentum going, things are going well, but like, really have to bait out these YRCs that Osmosis is kind of using as a crutch to reset the neutral.
Yeah, and YRC is very effective versus Leo because in blocks, like back turn stance, he doesn't really have much of an option. He can't block it out, but he can navigate around it. The same for Leo versus Zato. Using YRC appropriately to break Eddie, very useful. So spending the meter on both sides pretty important.
Yeah, that meter called burst as right now giving Osmosis a second chance after Chetoo got a really good round start, and right now they're not going to have a second opportunity to get Chetoo off them.
That was a brave fly in, fly out from Osmosis, but definitely keeps himself safe. Back in pressure.
Ooh.
Those 5Ds are connecting all night tonight. Looks like people aren't aware of them.
Classic. Double classic. Using the fireball to get in and then getting thrown out of the side, so it...
US pickup. 6H gonna close it out. Osmosis,
Right.
match point.
Match insane.
Oh, fantastic pickup of the 5P. Eddie sandwich pressure deleted by the DP. Now we've got Leo pressure in the corner. This is Zato's worst nightmare. Whiff on the overhead leads to a throw from Zato, and we've got clap loops. Empty low. Another empty low.
Claps. Clap, 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 clap. Baits out the DP with it. Sending the sword right through his gut, and that'll give him back Eddie, because now we are basically checking the situation.
Quite get him into the sandwich that he probably wanted, but, you know, Chetoo, not giving up yet, does block the 5D. Ooh. Big counter hit, immediately uses the burst. I respect it from Osmosis. Not necessarily a hero burst, he kind of has the advantage, has plenty of meter to work with. Double 5D, ends up going low one time. Chetoo spinning burst at this point.
Oh, wow, but...
What a brave throw. Wasn't even going to end up behind him, but because of the startup on it, is still able to throw him because he does get close enough. Good stuff to Osmosis, closing it out 3-1. But Chetoo is going to be making top 8, obviously going to end up on that graphic, you know, a room for improvement for sure, but definitely played pretty solid all throughout.
Over there.
And Medic versus JDJ getting us started with a 5D, small conversion but big damage.
Conversion, big damage. I feel like that can be the Ramlethal motto.
Yeah, compared to past game, right? She had incredibly long combos in this game. She just explodes you. Just like that. And up round 1. Burst coming back fairly soon. JDJ gonna have to put in some work. He's gotta keep Medic off of him.
Yeah, Medic not falling for the trap of this is a terrible matchup. Still making things work and still doing work in this corner.
You could have told me this is Ram's bad matchup right now. The way this is looking, Mortabato gonna close it out so quickly. Perfect on Medic's side, and you know, JDJ having to make a serious adjustment between these games if they want to have a chance. That looked free. Now, not to say that it's gonna be free, but that singular game looked like an absolute runaway. Thank you, Ano Elizabeth.
That round was free. No doubt about it. All right, all the codes are claimed, by the way, so if you still would like to donate, still like to show your appreciation to players like Medic who are destroying the happy chaos that you hate so much.
I gotta play it.
Oh my gosh.
And you gotta-
hate to see that though.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
You were starting to feel thankful for Ram, and then all of a sudden you're like, I hate this character so much.
No, they're still cheering. It's a very simple calculation right now. Is it against Happy Chaos? We cheer.
Oh, and navigates around that far slash option, but the clone being a benefit and a curse, the same for Happy Chaos. No swords on deck for Medic right now. Not quite gonna be able to get one back, but does get the reload.
Ooh, tries for the dust, but it gets jabbed out of it. JDJ, unfortunately, not able to convert and allows Medic to just continue this onslaught.
Okay, not too much of a concern in any capacity for Medic. Right, gets bursted, has both their swords back, you know, is sitting on basically full life. Nothing really matters to them, just chuck sword and end the game from there.
Yeah, there's just no reason to even try with anything else. Yeah, JDJ looking a little lost, looking like he's never fought a Medic before. But hey, that's what these tournaments sometimes end up. I have never fought Chris CCH in my life, and goddamn, he whooped my ass because I fought him in pools. So you know what? That's just how it be sometimes. Baits the burst there with the free combo. Doesn't have the overdrive to pop, but you know what? It's gonna come at some point.
Massive damage deployed already.
Ooh, okay.
JDJ. Uphill battle to climb.
Can he get around? Sets up the clone with the PRC to make things safe. But right now, that was a very costly setup, and you know what? It at least somewhat paid off. Oh no, but he gets in with the dive. Big block string here.
Yeah,
I don't even know if it was a chip.
It was a chip. Clipped
Was
it
it?
low.
It did. Okay, he had no tension though, so I was wondering if it was just a chip.
Uh-oh, that's a starter for Ram. That's exactly what she's looking for.
Oh.
Good throw in the charge dust attempt.
That throw did ludicrously amounts of damage. I don't know.
The throw always looks like it does quite a bit when it's the very first hit to happen. I will say that.
Jump back into the shot. Looking good with a burst. Finally showing off the burst against Happy Chaos, and the sword beats the gun.
One sword to break the clone, one sword to break the Happy Chaos. And
That was a fast 3-0. That was a real round.
Duel 1.
okay, so Osmosis versus Koby. Both of these players have been fantastic throughout the tournament, definitely showing up on stream, showcasing, you know, their character dominance. Okay, good solid neutral so far. Koby finding the opening. No Eddie meter on the side of Osmosis. Gonna get it back right here, but already under May pressure. Has to spend the meter to escape, and then is back to neutral. Koby navigating around the opposed brilliantly. Back to standard Zato pressure, just now getting Eddie meter back, 2S connecting, and now 5D opening up the door. Wall break with the 6H, no Eddie meter on deck for Osmosis. They gotta play standard stuff, buttons only, not where Zato wants to be, especially versus May, and Koby finding that singular hit to close it out. Great 2S counter hitting the button, and another counter hit leading Osmosis immediately to that corner. OTG state gonna get a reset. I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was certainly very intelligent, because that's just extra damage Koby gets to tack on before the super, and then from there, Osmosis in a worse position.
All right, Osmosis betting everything right now on this pressure sequence, and it gets broken by the YRC. Kory just shoving that anchor in their face and taking the game.
That's the worst thing that could happen for Zato is you expend all of these resources to get this pressure that you need, and then YRC not only stops your offense, but it breaks Eddie, and now you're back on the defense, and you have absolutely nothing.
Having lost everything, Osmosis is going to try to resurrect some sort of game plan now. But Kory, I don't know, man. Kory is definitely showing to be one of the stronger Mays I've seen. Oh my god, just that sexy little walk back into the anchor was so good. That being said, Osmosis still got the momentum, still got him through the wall.
Oh, not another counter hit. Way to open. And Kory, okay, gonna get YRC'd himself.
Oh, tries to beat out the frog. You tried to smack the frog?
It is a good option from time to time, but you are playing a risky game. And full screen Eddie pressure has never looked so good for Osmosis.
Ooh, smacks him right out of the sky.
Oh no, that safe jump dolphin leading to a counter hit setup. The scariest frame kill in the game, in my opinion.
Good blocking there from Kory, who's now in the corner. Uses the RRC opportunity to switch this thing up.
Great 2S to counteract the situation. Okay, we're spinning the meter. Kory not having any defensive meter of their own. 5D gonna connect. No Eddie on deck. Big 6B. Oh, double overhead doesn't connect. The first one only. Good jab out of the situation from Osmosis. And what a command grab.
God, everybody just... I almost thought this was the first round. And that's how it be. Kory just eking out that round.
Not a good situation for Osmosis. May, with her damage and these counter hits, very easily can make this a no-burst scenario for Osmosis, and that's the starter that he's looking for. Oh, just barely drops that combo. Oh, I love the cross-up. 5D not going to connect, too far away.
Yeah, Osmosis has to be very careful right now.
Yes, using the pose right there to set up the sandwich pressure with Eddie. Gonna go into sword super. Eddie falls to the ground. Right, another cross-up scenario. Wants that sandwich. Keep.
That last mix was lovely. Unfortunately, not able to fully convert. Gives Kory the opportunity to do the cheeky dust into the RC.
That was cross-up low using the hit stun from Frog to push, you know, May underneath him. That was so sick to watch.
That was super stylish, but again, just like wasn't able to convert off of it, and because of that, like again, that's the start. That's the start of something beautiful. But you only got one more game to kind of bring it all together.
And Osmosis showing that they're not out yet, you know, definitely has a chance to still turn this around versus Kory. It's looked really good so far, but, you know, Kory just capitalizing, really dished out massive amounts of damage whenever the opportunity arises.
Osmosis trying to bring Eddie back after overexpending a little bit. Good block so far, gets hit by the last low. And gets set up into another mix-up that the dust does a huge amount of damage. Kory right now struggling.
Oppose is out. And Osmosis trying to dance around burst right there. I like that option of pulling out just a bit. But Kory capitalizing on it in full. That's a big hit. Eddie gonna hit.
There, yeah. You have to take that death.
Definitely couldn't burst after that 2H connected. That was all, like, completely burst safe.
Ooh, jumped over after the 6P comes out.
Mei at high jump range so difficult to contest. Her buttons are so big, they swing so low below her, and anti-airing it is very difficult. Better to just keep yourself safe, which Osmosis has done pretty well so far. 6B trades. Eddie back. Good option to FD there with PRC incoming. Pierce. Very smart to recognize that Eddie got probably a bit too far ahead of him, but loses Eddie immediately after anyways.
Yeah, tries to jump out of the dust range only to get hit by the frog.
In a very
Osmosis
fast game 3.
Finally getting a game.
That was really good from Osmosis. Definitely showed that like they had the control that they needed to handle the matchup. It looked like they were a bit more ready for all of the situations, and they didn't get clipped by any big counter hits. If they keep this up going into games 4 and 5, I imagine, you know, they can turn this around very quickly.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Okay, round start, jump back, fly, gets the hit, forces burst out immediately, and does the exact same thing to get the second scenario started.
Best trade for Corey there.
Yeah, drill trading kills Eddie, not too much damage. Oh, good check from Corey right there, getting rid of Eddie. But the 5P RRC conversion, plenty for Osmosis. Opting to back up, resummon Eddie. Corey navigating out just fine. PRC, JP's. Button catching the fly. Osmosis not falling for that dolphin frame kill right there. Low connects. Drunkard Shade probably looking to specifically bait the burst right there. Osmosis gonna close out that round 1.
Stellar fashion nonetheless. I mean, Osmosis right now is showing that he works well with or without him.
And that was something that we didn't see as much in earlier games versus folks. But Osmosis showing that they can play the neutral, but how much neutral can you play when one counter hit can just end your existence?
I mean, even then, Mei, aka Corey, has not made up for the life deficit. This will do it, though. Ooh.
Big hit. And that's it. That's that 2 scenario game that like Mei has access to. You know, 2 counter hits just end a singular character.
Especially Zato, who has so few to spare. Still, the mix-up is so strong right now. Osmosis again getting significant life lead through the wall. It can all go away so quickly. YRC gonna get bursted.
Okay, not able to follow up too much, even though getting the counter hit because of how far away Osmosis was from the corner. And Sword Super gonna hit the OTG. It will pick up. I like this pressure, but running out of Eddie meter, Corey has an opportunity to capitalize. Frog gonna connect from mid-screen. Going to close out game number 4. 2-2 going into our final game.
Froggy doing the work right now. That being said, it is 2-all. Corey still has a shot to take this, but we've seen the reverse 3-0 happen to him before, and it could happen again.
I hope Corey isn't in their own head right now, isn't thinking like, oh, I'm down, you know, 2 games now just in a row. I can't lose this. You start to get nervous in these situations, but that's a very confident button to press.
Even then, it feels like he got a little overzealous after it hit. Like, obviously, you get hit by the burst, that's just gonna happen. But like now, he's just running into everything, and Osmosis has him trapped in the corner. Showing that he can work with or without Eddie. It's just such a scary option to think about.
Oh, that YRC just enough, but Corey working their way back in right now. Fantastic reversal throw from Osmosis, really recognizing that, hey, this isn't real. Good pressure, not overextending right now. Corey just solidly chasing down. Next hit, oh, just barely.
even then, it's like, okay, we should be good. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that is the advantage Corey needed. Both players at even burst meter, not quite there yet, but will get it back this round for sure. And May just chugging through the sandwich pressure right there. Zato canceling out of a pose. Unsummons, resummons. 2S making connection. Gonna push her to the corner. This is gonna crack. Sword super gets the Eddie meter back. Puts her in his game plan during Zato's world now. Oh, the overhead into Frog. Best to not burst here. Very smart from Corey, recognizing, hey, this round is a wash. You don't want to spend it. Hero Burst doesn't do anything. Go to the final round.
Oh boy, this may be a quick final round. Osmosis getting that early hit in. Not able to whip punish the Totsugeki. Corey just trying to fight their way up and presses a little too many buttons. Has to burst off that counter hit. Osmosis definitely looking to capitalize on this slower gameplay. Blocks so far.
Great blocks, but then loses to the fly overhead. Command grab gonna do a decent amount of damage. One situation here from Osmosis, but May, a character that can just explode someone if she gets the opportunity. Great block on the 5D, but immediately gets blown up. It looked like she tried to press a button, maybe looked to throw, and then got hit by the second hit of Frog.
There was a lot of
fundamental gameplay, and Ram doesn't want you to do that.
Not fundamental gameplay. I'm allergic to that.
Nobody wants to play fundies, except for Gio, who just does them so well, it feels like they're not even fundies anymore.
Right now, you're running right into the fundamentals that are these swords. Going through the wall. Big swords, big play. Right into the swords again. You see Medic just tossing out these active frames because he knows Noize just wants to advance.
2S connecting, gonna lead to a setup for Giovanna. Noize getting these OTG states just like they want, but Medic bailing out, forcing out the burst as well. Counter hit trades from both characters, and that front flip always doing the work that it needs to. Slide Detruo, such a potent tool in Strive.
Nice jump in there.
Yes, and that's that IDJH that we were talking about. You know, puts in work, just gotta find the follow-ups after. 5k 6p leads to the OTG setup into an empty dash throw. And this is where Gio exactly wants to be. She wants to cage you with these 5Hs, really apply this pressure, make you second guess yourself so she can get these big counter hits. Big 6p.
The 6p! Medic just not pressed the wall. That's saying, nah, that round's sunk. No burst too.
No need to hero burst right now. Medic has, you know, decent access to all of their tools still. Doesn't have to worry too much. Yeah.
Now that you have this corner and that 6p of Medics, you're saying that Gio's 6p one of the best in the game. Rams is a close second, if not possibly better. Holy cow.
Absolutely. And using the meter there, like, Medic did a great job of not... Oh gosh.
Yeah, just had to burst there, but the sword is coming in. Medic gonna take game number 1, not in the cleanest fashion, lost a round, but definitely showing why Ram is such a good contender for like one of the strongest characters in the game, especially in the right hands.
And both of these players absolutely slugging it out in that match just there. We saw it go 3 rounds, but it was incredibly fast.
I mean, Medic right now is definitely just trying to keep active frames in the mid-range for Noize to run in on and then get a conversion from there. But holy cow, that normal reached way farther than the visual would have indicated. Medic now stuck in the corner.
And that is the benefit of playing Gio versus a character that wants to play the active frame game, because they will stick out their hurt boxes longer, and Gio loves to capitalize out. Oh, what a fantastic block. So quickly just goes into max meter mode, able to just dump damage so quickly. Noize really running away with that round. A big 6-speed, juggle state, gets the chase down on the backdash. Gio so effectively chasing down backdashes.
Yeah, smelling blood in the water at this moment. Medic now stuck in the corner, trying to reach. Didn't get taught too much though because of that burst. Let's track. Thank you for the follow. You get another follow train going.
Single Rekka into Mortabato, gonna force Noize back to mid-screen. Pressure incoming, 5D whiffs, and Noize capitalizing. Spiral arrow, 1 dash too many. Medic just opts for the bar slash. Is able to close up the round there. We're 1-1 apiece.
Big jump right from the word go. Medic not ready with the anti-air, unfortunately has to use a tricky set to get outside. And now that they have Noize in the corner, actually gets hit by the burst, by the gold burst nonetheless.
Gage making his connection with the Rekka to follow.
Second time we've seen Noize go for that, the wake up super into the PRC to make it safe.
And it's one of those things where you know it's going to whiff, you better just keep yourself safe. Don't take any risk of there being aware. Oh, great DP versus the slide ditch drill. Medic with an equally as good burst.
Fantastic extension of meter there. Good stuff.
It's not going to be enough to kill. We're going to go back to round start neutral. Noize sitting on plenty of meter to capitalize.
Yeah, come out. You see the overdrive come out and get blocked. Noize gonna take game number 2. This is definitely one of the slower sets that we're gonna see because both players are slugging it out, but like trying to feel out where their fists can actually land. They're not being willy-nilly about it.
That was so smart from Noize, recognizing that they could pull off the gas in that singular moment, knowing that Medic was antsy, spending the burst, trying to keep themselves alive, and then Noize finding that one capitalization where Medic wanted to Mortabato because they had the 50 meter and just blocked it out.
Trying to bait out the 6B there, doesn't get a big hit from it, but instead lands something else later. 6B comes knocking at their door though. Medic still gets the push towards the corner.
I like that offensive burst from Medic, recognizing like, hey, if I eat this 6B conversion, I could just lose the game, get this girl off bait.
Yeah, huge back and forth shifts in momentum between these rounds.
This is a barn burner of a match we have on our hands right now. I can't tell you who's going to take it either way. There's no clear indication of who has the advantage, but Noize right now on the offensive gets the OTG set up, chasing down Medic. Medic fighting their way out. Burst expended offensively to try and keep Medic in the corner, and giving just enough space to try and make Medic make a mistake. Back to neutral we go. Cross up going to hit, but no follow-up. The 2H conversion off the backdash. Mortabato breaks the wall. One hit scenario as we go back to Oki scenario. JH into the delayed. I guess it's a Rekka. I don't think it's a Rekka anymore, but fantastic stuff from Medic.
So many overheads.
So many overheads. Okay. Medic currently with the advantage, but can't count Noize out. And like I said, this is full throttle gameplay. At any given point, Medic could just explode to Giovanna buttons.
Yeah, Medic's been have much better control of these sets. That was such a poor burst, unfortunate.
Yeah, bursting Daro of all things, not something that you want to do.
Okay, keep the Rekkas going, keep it safe at the RRC, and gets a counter hit. Noize just done blocking. Unfortunately, done with that round.
Blade Rekka does so much damage, you know, builds up so much risk. It's such a potent tool, and when it finally connects, what a nightmare.
Nightmare goes on. Unfortunately, a whiffed 5D will actually give Noize the opportunity to start their own gameplay.
That was great usage of FD from Noize, recognizing that needs Ram to stay as far away as possible, and because of it, 5D whiffs, they're able to get work themselves out of the corner. What a reversal throw in that scenario from Medic. Really doesn't want to give up this opportunity, wants to close it out right here. Slide Detro, gotta continue the pressure, overhead, doesn't connect.
Oh my god, the range.
This is good. Oh, doesn't go for the OTG setup, instead goes for the run-up cross-up overhead.
Oh my
That
god.
Close slash.
Loss. Oh, that's how it's gonna end. Medic putting the fire out that was Noize this evening.
Yes, 3-1 in just a versus Smitty FGC.
Mike has been the most explosive player we've seen tonight, and I don't think things will change at all. Smitty's going to have to play their A game in zoning if they're going to hope to keep Mike out.
And we saw like KudoGio like really put the hurt on Smitty FGC when they were able to commit to the rush down. And if Smitty even gives Mike one chance, it's going to be horrifying.
We're already seeing part of that. However, Smitty was able to get full screen distance, and now we're going to be spending those resources to stuck in the air. Mike, what are you doing?
That's a
What are you
fail
doing,
mistake that you can't make versus Happy Chaos of all characters.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised Brendan did even just like whiff there.
Yeah, the whip punish scenario kind of, you know, itchy for Soul what option you choose after, but
Oh, such a good RC there, and such a good burst from Smitty.
yeah, opting to verse versus Volcanic Viper is often your best option versus Soul, especially if you want to avoid the damage, but this is a big conversion. No clean hit Volcanic Viper, that would have certainly closed out the round.
The clone defensively, giving up what little life they have, but you know what? It played out because Mike tried to neutral jump, eats a fat load of bullets, and is going to lose game number 1 to it.
And that Bandit Bringer looked extremely risky, right? You know Happy Chaos is reloading, you know he has bullets, you know he has some form of resource available, and when you just stick yourself in the air, he can just aim you down and then gets a free conversion off of it. You know, obviously if it worked, it would have been a great, you know, turn of the tides, but it just felt like that was a lot to commit to, and Smitty punishing it perfectly.
Yeah. No, I wonder if this might be Mike's weakness, because like we've seen him do a few things that you're just not supposed to do against Happy Chaos. You're just not supposed to burst at those opportunities. You're just not supposed to, you know, like leave yourself vulnerable to this or that situation. And Mike right now has games to adjust, and he's shown himself to be a strong player in that regard. But Happy Chaos may be his Achilles heel in this circumstances.
Oh, with 5K not getting punished, but Smitty capitalizing in some ways. Has curse applied. Mike trying to chase him down, does find that bar slash counter hit. Oh, just barely drops the combo, and then from there, PRCs to keep Smitty in the corner. A lot of weird scenarios, like quirks in the game plan from both players right now.
Constipation. Oh my god, he's just getting hit. Oh, that should be an easy kill.
I think you're right, we are seeing Mike's weakness. This defense versus this Happy Chaos isn't as spectacular as like he may have hoped.
And then just whiffing certain buttons, you kind of wonder what he's trying to make the read on. Has the rush down? Oh no, but yeah, the dive kick just way too high into the sky.
Very good defense from Smitty, turning the tide so quickly, forcing Soul into the corner, reapplying. Oh, even catches the tech forward.
Oh, you can't burst there.
So in defense of
He
Mike,
was dead anyway.
he couldn't burst anywhere. You just have to hope the Happy Chaos drops the scenario based on where you burst, and then from there, you roll your dice. So
Yeah. It's still, I know. It's like you can't do anything there.
you can't burst there, but you can't burst anywhere. You know, you either hold it and look stupid for not bursting, or you burst and then something happens. So I guess might as well expend the resource you have, try to make an opportunity happen. I guess that's the best option, even though it ends up being a little bit embarrassing either way.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're 2-0 in the set.
Jeez, it's so fast. It's incredible how fast, like, for a zoner, Happy Chaos has the ability to win. Obviously, you can drag out the match, really make him play the game, really make the decisions, right? But if you do make the mistake and the Happy Chaos knows how to loop their gunshots, you're going for a ride. And that's putting it mildly.
Right now, we're putting pause on the ride. Good for Mike for taking a moment.
Okay, I didn't expect this, but I am a fan of the option of choosing Millia versus Happy Chaos. Obviously, Millia has a decent way of navigating around Curse in the neutral game. When Curse isn't applied, you have more access to airspace, and she does do enough damage to, you know, mix Happy Chaos to death, but also that low health pool, incredibly weak.
Right through the wall there. The Curse again. Smitty looking clean at the moment. Oh my god, just the jump back and the 6P being ineffective on the landing.
So the interesting thing here is it looks like Mike's ability to advance is much stronger already. Just moving forward much faster. Obviously, Millia having a faster dash speed, but willing to just commit to running at Happy Chaos just a little bit more. And I think that is something that he can take into any next set he may have.
What next set? What next set?
So
Man is done.
he's not out of the bracket yet. Thank you, Mio, for showing that the chat is not out of it when it comes to contributions. $20 to the Matcherino. We greatly appreciate it, Mio.
Wins.
All right, Mio trying to raise the spirits right now after that, which
Duel 1.
I don't blame you. That's the smart play. That's the smart play, if there is one.
We're here to win. We're entering a tournament. If you think the best option is to play Happy Chaos in a matchup, you should go for it. I mean,
Especially if your Happy Chaos is up to it. That being said, you are fighting Osmosis. You are fighting a man who has definitely played this matchup more than once.
wow, what a mix-up. But I think that early PRC is actually going to put a stop to him closing out the round. That could be a terrible mistake from Osmosis. Obviously, having a decent amount of health left.
Okay, thankfully Medic kind of overextended his ammo usage to gain the distance, and that kind of allowed Osmosis to later on get the
And these tap 5Ds, putting in the work necessary, just fantastic stuff. Oh, whiff throw, the worst case scenario for your offense. Ah, success. What a cool button to see. Do it again. Just do it again.
Just do your
Hands.
morning stretches.
Hands, baby, hands.
He tries to send out the curse, and actually Osmosis takes the early lead by punishing it.
Okay. A slight opening, but Osmosis, you know, caging Medic once more.
Osmosis sending out all that Eddie right away. Gets challenged, and now he's gonna have to hold this. Gonna hold it into the corner, getting back thrown by Medic, who's now gonna start their own offensive pressure. But unfortunately, it's just not tight enough to keep Osmosis caged.
Great side switch using the breaking law.
There you go. Osmosis showing it ain't that bad of a matchup, taking game number 1.
And it looked like while Medic, you know, looks to have at least a decent Happy Chaos, right? Comfortable on how the character works, comfortable on like what to do. Definitely stuttered when it came time to really force the offensive situation. And because of that, you know, like Osmosis obviously has good enough defense, obviously has good enough pressure, escaped out of it, closed it out, and switching to the Ram, which feels like an appropriate decision, recognizing like, hey, that didn't go nearly as well as I wanted it to. Let's play something more comfortable.
Ooh, okay, switching right back to the Ram where they have the offensive capability.
Oh, great 6B on the slide at Truo.
The guy just can't win. He picks Happy Chaos, everybody's size. He picks Ram, everybody's size. Oh man.
When you pick arguably 1 and 2, the only thing somebody's gonna say is Psy. So, unfortunately, there's 4 characters that are 1 and 2 in this game, so...
Ooh, nice use of the RC there. To get the fully charged dust. Is that dead?
Not quite, but one scenario, and, you know, Ram can really easily chip out.
Toss it there. Mentioning that, yeah, we got that $20 donation, which means we're close to 50. If anybody wants to push us over, it's right there. You could be the hero of the night.
And that command grab is gonna do so much work for Osmosis, keeping them in. Oh, what a reversal throw from Medic. Has Osmosis back in the corner. Now we get to see Ram pressure. This is where she is the most spectacular. Both swords on deck, gets the reload. Explosion, PRC forward, grabs the second one. Osmosis just quite can't get out yet. Looking for that singular opportunity.
Oh man, you have to burst there.
That is a respectable burst and does get a chance to get offense started. Frog putting on pressure, spending a lot of Eddie meter right now, gonna lose it. Does navigate around. Nina the Troll, thank you for gifting that sub. Great support. Okay, and Ram throwing that big
Medic not taking advantage of that.
6H. What an air throw. Stay back in the corner. She gets her reload. Both swords back. Tries to stick out the 6P and the explosion catches him.
Oh!
Scramble
overdrive. Holy Christ.
5 frames, single hit, massive damage, super. And it's a reversal. Like, what else could you want out of a singular button? Mortabato does everything.
I think Osmosis wants out right now.
I think
that was a beatdown.
And it's hard to like believe that Medic went Happy Chaos game 1, switched to the Ram, and immediately had such a better result. So,
oh yeah, you can't just play any character. I don't care how people say how strong a character is. When you're fighting somebody who is very competent at their character, you have to pick somebody you're comfortable with.
Hey, Osmosis has early pressure, no Eddie meter at this point. Decent burst from Medic, you know, going to turn the tides right here. Does find a way in, but another burst on Osmosis' side.
Alright, snap away.
Decent conversion from Osmosis, sets the sword, gets Eddie meter back. JH wall break going to kill in that situation. Osmosis, both players at even burst right now. Medic expending swords early.
Nice use of the 6P just to jail Osmosis in entirely. But this Jdjones out for the count. Right now, at least, he is through the wall.
Lina the Troll giving another sub into the double sword. That special move does so much damage, and just being able to lock out options with it is so potent. What a clash cancel.
I can't believe it clashed with the 6P.
JH is a good button. Empty low. Slump. But gold burst coming out of Osmosis. We saw that earlier.
The damage, are you for real? Just keep comboing off of that overdrive. Hate this character all you want, man. That was stylish AF. Oh man, speaking of stylish, dust into dust.
Just 5D, 5D. just so potent. Any character that has the ability to stagger pressure into 5D and convert off of it is so good. Just, you know, non-charge tap 5Ds being as fast as they are. Overheads are good, who'd have thought? And Mio-san with gifting 5 subs on top of the $20 that they already donated. Thank you so much.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Go, continuing on.
Medic really applying the pressure this time around, not willing to give up quite yet, is going to cash out. Yes, Mortabato forces them back. Oh, round start screen positioning, but Ram offense engaged. That looked like a misinput to say the least.
I kind of hope it wasn't. I
That
kind
was
of hope
either
it wasn't.
the yomiest option we've seen all night, or just an incredibly unfortunate misinput.
Hey man, it was lost. It was lost to nothing. That 5D coming out fully charged, sending him to the skies.
That's a lot of damage coming out of Ram right now on a burst-less Zato. The windshield wiper is going to connect. RRC. That's going to close it out. And Medic 2-2 on a perfect. Talk about a momentum shift. That was a very, very blistering fast game.
That being said, it's been tip for tap, back and forth. So
Absolutely.
if it continues that way, this is Osmosis' set. By the way, we're on a hype train right now, so if you feel if you're feeling generous, maybe continue to subscribe.
I already have this locked in. I'm technically subscribed already, but we can just continue the hype train.
Mm-hmm. Channel the 6P. No, 6P the channel, my man. Yeah, continuing the hype train.
And with that, right, Medic jumping in, crashing Osmosis' party right now. Oh, these sword juggles.
Y'all got about as much time as we have before the next set to keep the hype train going. Right now, the train is running entirely on top of Osmosis, who's just going to blast it right through the wall.
And Medic is, you know, engineering their way to victory.
That was a good pun. Solid pun. Good class. Ooh. Yeah, the sword's all the way across the screen right now. Good challenge there from Osmosis, who's having a strong round at this moment. Y'all want to keep complaining about the Ram, but this is an even set right now. Osmosis pushing it to the wall. Will this kill? Yes, it will.
6H having a lot of single hit damage. When it cracks the wall, it's very versatile. And this is it. You know, this is to see who moves on to losers finals.
Rushdown happens. Eddie is gone, but at least we're close enough where Medic is trying to jump to avoid the command grab and gets hit for it. Ooh, with a full screen sword. Can't avoid it. Thankfully, the extension is non-existent because, you know, just slight RAM problem. The gold burst lands. Good timing from Osmosis. Nice use of the PRC to just evacuate that scenario. Again, the PRC to try to make something work. Unfortunately, that one not as effective.
The overextension on the air throw there very easily could have killed Osmosis, but gets away with just taking a JP counter hit. That's huge. That's slide Jdjones.
PRC to extend that range.
Another slide Jdjones. That counter hit Rekka is going to finish it. Medic moves on to losers finals, sending Osmosis home with a respectable 4th place.
That being said, that was a good ass set. GG's to both sides.
Ramlethal.
Gone from Chad Saftig to Demon Saftig with this losers bracket run. That was an update that just happened on screen.
Keep the gun going. Yeah, Medic really trying to make this Happy Chaos work that we just saw him like more or less completely abandon in the first round against Osmosis. walks it out, lost all concentration. That might be the big fault of Medic's Happy Chaos, is that his sense for keeping resources at a good pace just isn't as strong as somebody who plays the character dedicated. Nice anti-air though.
That being said, Fundamental's not going out the window just because he's playing a different character.
Again
And
though.
Mike panic bursting.
Worst situations. I don't just we'll have to move on. Starts off with the 6H. I like it a lot.
This is the damage that we're used to Mike dealing. I like that OTG setup to get that air dash in. 2D.
It's a side switch but doesn't unload off of it, and that's again kind of a sign that you don't main the character. But again, kudos to Medic for even bringing it out in this tournament at these high stakes.
And Mike, because he killed him so fast, wasn't even able to build really any burst. So this could go the way of Medic very quickly if Mike makes one mistake.
I mean, it's not as if Mike's using those bursts in these matches.
I guess that's very true.
Yeah. So right now he's going to be building that burst meter in a different way. You see that concentration just point blank? He's run out of bullets. Medic. Medic, you are without your pistol at this moment and could just die. Oh, Christ, that damage. Oh, Christ, that damage.
Wow. And just an explosion for Medic. The hopes of the Happy Chaos very much so falling apart. It really just comes down to the resource management, because it feels like, Medic is playing the neutral game well. Medic is playing the aim, shot, apply curse game well, but they are not quite getting those reload timings that they need to really force the issue versus Mike's Soul. And we are going to switch it immediately back to the Ram. I do respect this. This is what we have come to know Medic for in this tournament so far. It has had success. Let's see if it can hold off the Soul.
Alright, it's going to be the Ram. We'll see. Will this slow down Mike at all? I think he's got lead foot, though. I think he is just going to go all in. Yeah, he is. And Medic is afraid of it. He is not ready to counter it. He's just afraid.
If you're not, willing to stick out the stop sign versus this type of Soul, you'll just get run over.
Right now, Medic looking like roadkill. Thankfully, stops the card just for a smidge. There goes the dive kick. Oh my god, the extension now. Plus frames. Tries to bait something. Ooh.
Wow, what a fadeaway jump slash. And
He
missed the OTG.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that. Great 5K anti-air, gonna lead to a full conversion. Mio with another $1.90 contribution.
Is that gonna put us to 50? That's 50 flat. Very nice, Mio. Thank you very much.
Oh, man.
Oh, lordy lord.
And an explosive game, too, from Mike, closing that one out with a perfect. We're going into game 3, and I don't think we can stop the train that is Mike Saftig right now. Kind of running away.
It is nuts how considerably different this is. I'm not even getting to see Medic play.
We saw one scenario where he
played Happy Chaos first round and then Ram second game. So
I do like sticking with the Ram, though. I understand that Happy Chaos had a little bit of a better interaction. But I feel like the most hope is going to stem from playing Ram.
I feel like he just took some mental damage from the Happy Chaos for the set, and just kind of played a little bit more timidly. Okay. There's
nice 60. Yes, patience on the approach forces Mike to DP, gets the punish, and now we're seeing standard brand pressure once again.
Yeah,
love to see it.
Very standard.
Yes, throw
go.
loop. It's effective. It
Attack.
beats DP.
But that being said, he could just die right now.
Oh my god, he could just YR squeeze and he blocks the second overdrive.
That scenario absolutely made my eye twitch. I couldn't understand any of it. They're
Trying to
outthinking
keep
me.
a straight face the whole night, and what are you gonna do against in the face of that? Oh my god, Mike is just going AWOL right now. Oh my god, he just dashed it again. Okay.
That's the stop sign.
Okay.
That is the stop sign that I needed right there. And thank you, It's Guy 301 for the resubscription. Greatly appreciate it.
Nightmare Vortex is gonna get punished with the throw. The backdash though.
Good block on the
And
man.
the 6P whiffs. 6P there lands its mark, but again, we're in mid-range. Ram can't get her fat damage in mid-range.
But she can get punishes, land directly into the sword reload. No punish on the whiff jump in, but
Oh my god, why?
okay, reversal throw. It cages soul, I like that option. Unfortunately, whiffs the throw. Mike gonna get the punish here. He should. That's gonna close it out, and wow, we're going to round 3. Medic's still sitting on Bruce.
Thought they nerfed the damage.
Oh, they did. Don't worry, they did. It still just does enough.
He's not gonna.
No, but that's
Mike
a lot
is
of damage.
insane.
Sitting on 50. Yes, that's a good way to get started, Medic. Put out the stop sign. You have to cage the gorilla.
Just don't get hit. You got hit, and that is it.
Very good confirmed from Mike to close it out, recognizing the resources that were available, forcing him to the corner. Definitely showed offensive prowess. And they play the neutral versus Mini.
Going in with Bandit Breaker, spinning right now, going good on the defense, but no, we're in. The conversion's not there though.
First extended from Smitty, resources waning.
Oh, you feel bad. He actually
feel
bursted
bad.
at an opportunity that might have worked, but he was ready.
Fairly risky on jump-in scenarios like that, but it's as good of an opportunity as ever versus Happy Chaos, so you can't blame him. Doesn't overcommit into the jump-in with the PRC coming out from Smitty. Resources out, but
Yeah, no
juggling in between.
I think you're in there. Oh god, he just did reversal throw and it works.
And that should be enough. Yes, gonna get the punish. Night Raid Vortex, a good option to close distance versus Happy Chaos, but God forbid he chooses to block. It's not gonna end well. First applied, 3 bullets. I like
This is quite the stretch of the netcode here. We got Canada to Mexico.
yes, and the north to south regions of North America are pretty impressive, I must say. But both these players looking like they have a solid connection with
Oh, no,
everybody
yeah.
all night.
Looking good.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Smitty's ability to navigate around loading multiple times in scenarios where opponents have been conditioned to block just a bit longer. Capitalizing on people's hesitance is so important to this character because it's what allows him to just chain along gunshot scenarios where it feels like you can't move. Right. In reality, you can move, but you have to take the steps that you are get available to you. And if you don't, Happy Chaos runs over.
Now, the biggest thing, because I've commentated sets of Umi Show picking Soul in the mirror match. Because again, Soul can do that damage. We've seen Mike do the damage. And it really is going to have to come down to Mike having to make a really solid read on Smitty here, unfortunately more than once.
Yes, and I think that's really what it comes down to it, because watching, a variety of Happy Chaos players play, the good ones even, they vary their offense so much, it's hard to get a read on them, and that's all Soul really needs, is to make that one read cash out the damage, and kill Happy Chaos. But if for whatever reason that Happy Chaos player just understands your weakness, your hesitance, man, is it an uphill battle. That sucks. It just feels so bad. But Mike Safdie, not out yet, definitely capable of making this, you know, comeback happen.
He's in, backs up a little bit, trying to bait the first and yeah. Gets side switched and mixed up. Oh, burst. Okay, I kind of respect it. Okay, you have PRC to make that dust attempt safe, and then do big damage off the anti. You're gonna have to hold that burst, but you know what? Gonna hold this damage a little bit.
Top of the screen first, gets the like bouncy ball to hit just at the right time. Fantastic work from Smitty FGC, and they are building that meter so effectively.
That YRC, I like that YRC quite a bit. Doesn't have the anti-air though. He tried with the 5K. Ooh, there you go.
Oh,
nice.
One opportunity for Mike, but not able to capitalize. That throw just barely whipping. Smitty trading with the 6S right there. Could that be Mike's opportunity?
Oh, the dust wisp, but again, because he can whip cancel. But you know what? We're in.
This is a lot of damage.
Oh, that was a nearly perfect conversion.
I like the opportunity to reset though. Keep Happy Chaos in the corner. Don't give him the opportunity to reset back to neutral. That's exactly what Soul wants right here because we get the singular conversion. He can't burst, he dies.
That's the first round.
Fantastic 6S with punish.
Okay.
Doesn't die for it.
We're okay.
We like it. That one advancing forward from Smitty gonna give like that extra tension bonus. So potent because now we have concentration, curses deployed, big reload incoming. Mike is just getting juggled, and you know, curses reapplied. Smitty's so good at understanding exactly how to reapply curse in every situation. Clone now out. Now you have to fight through 3 different layers of Happy Chaos. PRC after the throw whiff. You're dancing. That gunflame could be enough. Happy Chaos sitting on no meter. 5P mash. Going to defend the slam off the soul. Fend off the animal.
Alrighty. Well, with an audience right now, let me look at the little numbers here with a nice audience of 500. Holy cow. Thank you all for showing up tonight on this Monday evening. Shout outs to TNS for broadcasting this as well as they do. We're going to be at our potential last game. Can Mike make a comeback here? Can he make a reverse 3-0 against a character and a player in particular that have frustrated him? To see. All right, taking a moment.
Mike looking like they're walking it off. I don't blame them. You know,
yeah.
This is the equivalent of the venue P break, just in case. You know, you gotta talk it over with the TO, make sure it's okay. Run, come back, reset for the final game. Take your breather. You know, you got your time. I think it's specifically a minute that you have available typically between games. But I don't blame them. Last game possibly on the table. Once again, thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to all the followers, all the subscribers, everybody who participated in clicking that button in the match arena, and everybody who contributed. You're the real heroes. You're the ones that have, you know, done the most tonight, and we greatly appreciate it.
We ready? Are we good to go?
Looks like they're about to get into it.
All right. Get it rolling. Okay.
There we go.
I was a
like,
little worried. I was like, oh no, we're not going to get to see it.
Hello?
Going with Ram.
Okay. Well, who am I to say anything, right? We've seen Mike now playing 3 characters tonight. You know, a last-ditch effort. Maybe this is the decision they needed. We'll see.
I don't know.
It's not looking too good right now. It's not over yet, but
This round.
Black Heat. Wow. Okay. Rarely do we see Deus Ex Machina kill from that amount of damage, but, you know, I guess no scaling really is what made the difference there. And Smitty just probably going to be able to autopilot out unless Mike has something up their sleeves.
Yeah, Smitty definitely playing a little bit differently against this Ram, running into some buttons that, you know, Soul might not have been able to get away with.
Okay, decent damage on Mike's end, right? Smitty definitely sitting on plenty of resources to make this happen. Mike playing a little bit more conservatively. That's a good connection. Hey, we'll take it. Slide Detro able to keep pressure. Not overextending too much.
Hey!
Sword Explosion gonna take the round. Alright. Mike still in it. You know, can't count it out yet.
I mean, even just the slight difference in the range that Mike has available to him without having to commit to something like a run has been working very well, particularly against Smitty. First, but even then,
Okay,
neutral's actually been the strong part for Chad, for Mr. Chad, Mr. Mike here.
Just one mistake, but not able to capitalize. I don't think it does.
Oh!
It does. Okay, Mike at advantage right now. Has Happy Chaos locked down in the corner. Does not elect to throw sword right there. Slide Detro, gonna keep up the pressure. Tries to dance around.
Oh no. Not like this.
Shot.
He's got
That's
it.
gonna close it out. Yeah. There's no way Happy Chaos can defend forever. Oh, I spoke too soon. Just enough FT meter.
Oh no. He
Happening.
he didn't punish!
So that's the one scenario that burst was clutch. That last bullet would have killed, but because Mike bursted it, Happy Chaos had to reload. He was able to stick out that far slash. That's all he needed. Mike
Hey, man.
getting the first game of this set, the first game versus Smitty tonight with Ram.
Man finally did it. Manly finally safely burst against Happy Chaos.
He found the way.
He found the way. All right. Well, strap yourself in, ladies and gentlemen. Night's not over yet.
Not over yet.
That wasn't last call. We were just getting the losers out of the bar. Now the true heroes are staying.
Okay. Taking a
Things
second.
are just loading a little bit. Yeah, the load's been a little bit slow right now, but man, if you're not entertained yet, I don't know what will entertain you.
That certainly was a wake-up call. Like, give it that.
Maturino's sitting pretty at $50. Could sit prettier with a few extra if you're feeling so generous, so inclined.
Definitely just appreciate all the support that's come in so far. You know, more is more, but, you know, we appreciate just the smallest of effort. Even just clicking the button means the world. Okay. And Mike working their way in, finding these hits, small ones, but making a difference, you know, not having to overcommit in this matchup, it feels like. Oh, but Smitty finds that counter hit, and that is huge. This is a lot of damage. We're gonna go into Deus Ex Machina. Gonna get the full reload, sitting on plenty of concentration to begin with, and we're in a one-hit scenario.
Yeah,
There it is.
at least close back to burst again, but we are on tournament point once again, Smitty. Oh man, all these dash up throws just not working out, but finally able to condition Smitty into actually trying to tech on the dash in.
Okay, Clone a very good option. Gets him out of the way of Darrow. Gets a small punish, but
Is that dead?
Ram, this should kill, yes. Mortabato, not a super to mess around with. You will explode.
Pushing out. Alright, gonna take a good amount of damage off of that straight hit. Good reloading right now. Smitty looking in prime condition.
Oh, doing
Great
it the hard
numbers,
way.
that- No! Okay.
Oh, wow. What an ending. Ending it on a perfect with 0 resources. Manages to clutch it out. Smitty FGC going to take TNS 42.